Hello YouTube, I'm playing More Dwarf Fortress. Does that sound like something you might like to watch? Then why did you click on it? Yeah. Whatever. No need to get like that. Jesus Christ. Fuck off. There we go, that's sorted. That's an excellent intro, and I think I'll probably remember that one forevermore. Or, more likely, about 20 seconds. So, what's going on in the fortress? What's going on in the fortress? We've got our barracks here, which is accruing a nice little stockpile of steel armour. We're not there yet. Not everybody has a suit, but we're definitely getting there. Things are being made. I think there's gauntlets that need doing. We've got leggings and breastplates and helms. So we're going to have a fairly decent setup soon. If anybody has suggestions for what a tip-top, top-tier military needs in terms of clothing and equipment, let me know. I'm quite happy to allow backseat gaming in this fortress. Oops, sorry, I just need the table there. TK or binary? 42 in binary. There you go. I'm not really very proficient in binary. I definitely don't speak however many languages C-3PO speaks. Is it 10 million forms of communication? Now, interestingly, he doesn't say languages, does he? He says forms of communication. Because I suppose technically, if he's got a little bit, got a little USB socket under that sort of crotch plate, maybe he can just speak directly to machines. Although he never does it. R2-D2 always does that. So maybe he does mean languages, but he's just being sloppy with his semantics, which is weird for a protocol robot because that's entirely what it's designed to do. Oh, C-3PO. Never mind. Where were we? Hello, Sergeant Indy. You missed the plug, I'm afraid. It's okay, though. It got happened. So anyway, where were we? We were looking at the fortress and thinking about what's going on. I'm going to unpause things because if I remember rightly, everything was just fine at the end of last time. Also, I'm going to take this military squad that we have here and I'm going to remove their orders because they can go train. It's a bit more efficient use of their time than standing in a corridor waiting for an enemy that isn't coming because they've left. I'm quite surprised at how few goblins we actually had to kill to get rid of that last siege. It was a pretty big attack, and just a few squashed under a drawbridge and then a few rent asunder by spinning glass blades and a couple put in a cage and they ran away. It's almost as if those goblins were terrified of us, and I suppose they should be. I mean, sure, this fortress's ire is mostly directed towards elven kind because elves are disgusting. They live in trees. They probably eat their own shit as well. They're disgusting. I hate elves. Anyway, that's the scene they didn't show you in Dwarf Fortress in Lord of the Rings. That big bowl Galadriel has where she sees all the visions. There's a little drawer in it. She's got a little poop in it. Eats it like a chocolate bar. Please, don't look for that in the special features. What am I talking about? This is madness. Right, now I've disgraced myself and entered a whole new level of low status streaming and shame. Let's get back to the game. What is wrong with me? So yes, the goblins came in, they got ripped apart, they ran away, and everything's fine and dandy. We've got traders in the depot. I remember. Traders in the depot. We should have many copper spike balls currently in the fortress, in the trade depot. So, what have we got here? Oh, that leather armour we didn't want anymore. We can get rid of that as well. That'll be nice. We could just sell the whole bin for 515. Let's think about that once we've decided what we're buying. It's not like we're going to be short of cash. So do we want to buy gemstones? I don't think so. Gemstones are a weak purchase. Very poor. Marcus. Marcus? I'm going to go with Marcus for now, but if it's another slightly more exotic pronunciation, please do correct me. Not only do they live in trees, but they try to tell us how many trees we can use in our industries. The nerve of some people. Exactly. It's disgusting. Although, to be honest, the negative qualities of the elf are so abundant that, that just fades into background noise, Why would you complain about a fart in an elevator if the guy who did it has just shit on the floor? There's no point. Anyway, let's just escape that horrific metaphor and keep looking at what's available for sale. Blocks? No, don't want blocks. We've got blocks on the go. We can make those. We don't need glass. We very much have a thriving glass industry. Silk ropes? I don't know how much silk we actually have. We might not have any because I haven't activated the textile zone yet. So although we've got threads, I'm pretty sure they were bought by accident in prior tradings or looted from the corpses of those traders who got ripped apart by that thing. What was it? Was it Forgotten Beast? Something or other came along and killed them. Oh, goblins. That was it. Goblins. Yes, no, I got that. Not the US, us, as in dwarves. I get that. Ooh, there's a mute key on my keyboard and I accidentally put it under the table and lifted my knee up. Anyway, yes, I got that, but didn't correct myself in time. Sorry, where were we? Keep looking at the thing. Don't get distracted. Dwarf Fortress has to happen. Now, we could buy all of their iron stuff just for melting it down. Mini forges. I mean, that seems like a pretty cool thing to melt down to make into weapons and armour. Then again, we're not going to make it into weapons and armour directly, are we? We're going to turn it into steel, probably even pig iron first. Let's have a keep look. We don't need to buy everything yet. Rabbit in a cage? That sounds very useless to me. Maybe we could buy some more grazers, because they do seem to be keeping the sand nice and available for harvest. So that could be a good idea, which does mean actually a rabbit might be a good idea as well. We've got to be careful not to allow people to have rabbits as pets, though. Because if they start banging too much and we end up with a rabbit flood, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be water shit down. Fuzzatron, hello. Welcome to the stream again. Thanks for joining us. Rabbit in a cage sounds tasty to me. You know, I've had rabbit before. Admittedly, only once, and a friend of my dad's, who was, I don't know what he was doing, some work on a farm or something, had shot a couple of rabbits, and he brought them round, like, whole. So in order to eat them, Dad had to do all of the sort of gutting and skinning, everything like that, that's fine. The smell's a bit intense, but you do it outdoors. But then they got cooked, and they have this unpleasant sort of boiled grass smell to them. Maybe it was being cooked wrong. I don't know. I was young, and I wasn't in a intellectual position to criticise my mother's cooking, really, or her techniques. But I found it smelt a bit bad, and it didn't taste great either. You know? I mean, in a pinch, sure, if I'm hungry. Tasty. But to be honest, on a purely functional level, the rabbit is probably better for, like, gloves and shit. He says, controversially. But, you know, they're all right. Nice little things, aren't they? Where were we? Let's dig out of that hole. Duck is the worst for that. Does duck stink when you cook it? You can melt down cages too. That's not a bad idea, actually. So get a bit of free metal there. Did I hear you, Oafsalot, and Izzy280 talking about doing a Succession game? I didn't chip in, but I'd be interested to do that. That'd be fun. If anyone wants me in on that. I did join the Discord, so I'll keep an eye out and have a look and see what's going on there. But, you know, if they're interested, I'll give it a crack, see what happens. Although, you know, we'll see how good that is of an idea, because I have driven a few fortresses into the ground. But, you know, things are looking up on this one. We're doing quite well, aren't we? What else have we got here? Rabbit should taste and smell kind of like a gamey chicken type thing. It should smell like a kind of generic meat smell. I see. Yes, Marcus went straight exactly where I was going. I was about to say what you said, and then I looked down the line and went, oh, someone beat me to it. Generic meat smell. I do like a bit of generic meat. Lovely. Ooh, homogenized. The best. Where were we? Let's keep going down the list. I'm not going to buy any animals. I can't be bothered. We've got animals. Do we want to buy booze? I mean, our booze stocks are doing pretty well now. So let's keep going. Find something interesting to buy. A steel battle axe could be fun, but we can make those ourselves. You know, we're getting our steel industries pretty good now. Silver maces, again. Weapons, not really a thing we need to worry about. Excuse my hiccups. We could buy some bags, but we're churning out the leather bags pretty rapidly. What do we got? I mean, nothing's really jumping out at me. Nothing here is saying, trade with me, baby. Come on, give me some credit and I'll take some goods. Nothing is really making my capitalism gland juicy. Okay. Let's try not to do that. We'll buy these anvils, because anvils are always a good investment. They're useful and they can be melted. I like them. And we'll buy all the food, because I always buy lots of food, because it's nice and easy. Plump helmets, cave lobsters, bitter vetch leaves, Drunian leather backpack. Okay, we've gone a little bit past the food, I think. We'll wind it back. giant cave spider, silk thread, grapes. It's okay. I'm presuming that's 5 bunches of grapes rather than 5 grapes, because 10 trade credits for 5 grapes, they had better be bitchin' ass grapes. I mean, grapes. Proper, like, you know, oh, I can't eat this slowly enough. I don't want the flavour to go. Grapes, you know? I don't think any grape is, any set of 5 grapes anyway is worth that. Or maybe they're giant grapes, although you'd think that would be specified in the description. If a grape is the size of a watermelon, say, you would want that reflected in its description. Sorry, where was I? I've just noticed that we're going to be selling some giant slug leather low boots. Ooh, disgusting. Enormous silver corkscrew? Meh. Copper corkscrew? Nah. Are they useful as trap components, or are they a little bit meh? How do they compare to the glass spikes that I've got on the agenda? We'll buy some cheese. They haven't brought much cheese, have they? Plenty of splints, plenty of crutches. Probably because of what happened to the last lot who turned up. I note they've not brought any musical instruments, but they have brought parts. They've brought a Laltur hammer and an Iton triangle. Don't think we'll bother buying those. Parchment sheets, cushion cups only. We're back to the top. Holy cow, they've got about 2 grand's worth of stuff we're even base level interested in, and we could afford to buy everything they've got. The only reason I'm not doing that is because it'll just make a mess. We'll have tons of shit lying around. We don't need that, we've already got tons of shit lying around. Japan has a bunch of grapes. It sells for around $300. Surely you must mean like a type of grapes where the bunches cost £300 or $300, because one bunch of grapes, I mean, realistically, how many times can you sell that? You know, it can pass through hands, but, you know, every time someone gets tempted and eats one of the ridiculously expensive grapes, I mean, I bet there's wine-making grapes that cost that much. Well, maybe not, actually, because that would make the cost of the wine absolutely absurd. Then again, there is a lot of wine out there that costs absolutely absurd amounts of money, so who knows? Who can definitely say? Hello, Shazoo. How goes the fort? $26 a grape. Fuck, that's a lot. 2 inches in diameter. Okay, they are pretty big. My God. Well, if I ever get a chance to eat one, I'll give it a crack, but I'm definitely fucking stealing it, because I ain't paying $1,000 for a bunch. Jesus Christ. 200 grand for a bottle of wine? Oh, hello. What's going on here? You're very hungry and you can't sleep. Amy, it's 11 o'clock. If I give you a piece of bread to eat in the kitchen, will you go straight to bed afterwards? Okay, alright. Please bear with me. I just have to deal with a wandering child. Come here. You say sorry to distract me from everybody. There they are, there's the camera. There, look. Say sorry. You can have him back in a second.
Sorry.
Come on. I'll be back in a bit, guys. I'm just going to mute the microphone for a second. Apologies for leaving you on a trade menu. I know, rude of me, but what can I do about it? Back in a sec. Pardon me. There we go. I'm back again. Sorry about that. Where were we? Talking about 200,000 K is... That's true. 200,000 K is $200 million. That's a lot. I don't know. There can't be a bottle of wine worth that much. What kind of idiot? You can't... If you're stupid enough to pay $200 million for a bottle of wine, you ain't clever enough to get that fucking rich. Oh well, never mind. Cancelled for freezing temperatures. Oh, well, Well, it's tennis's loss and our gain. Poor old tennis. Anyway, where were we? The merchants from Nosinglogum? Nosinglogum? I don't care what the place is called. The merchants from that place have come with pretty much bugger all of interest. So I'm going to take the food and we're going to leave the rest. Let's see if we can get rid of all of this leather armour. We'll keep the bin. Bins are useful. There we go. That leaves us with about £1.5 grand to make up. So 1 spiked copper ball, 65. You know what? Let's just make another expensive one in there. Bosh, there we go. They're making 1,100 profit. Let's see if they're up for that. Are you sure you want to trade the selected goods? Yes, I am. He seems happy. That's good. In fact, he's gone as far as to say, wonderful. Thank you for your business. Excellent. Thank you for your business, even though it was pretty weak. What the hell? Someone just began a mysterious construction as well. And it's a baby. Or a child, at least. Let's see what's going on here. I'm sure there are some severe health and safety implications for this, but let's see what we can glean. What's his name? Iton Vabokshis. Let's do a little search up here. I-T-O-N. Uh-oh. This is a bad sign. Capital I, will that make a difference? Oh dear. Do we have a vampire child? Let's sort by profession quickly and then take a look at our... yeah, none of these kids are called Iton. Yet, very clearly, if we return here, this ain't no full-grown lad. This is a wee one. Oh, it's Druid's Mead. Oh, okay. Apparently when you get a notification that someone's in a strange mood, they don't give you their nickname. Fair enough. In that case, let's just continue. Lucky Druid's Mead. In the middle of a mood. Ooh. $500,000 for a 73-year-old French wine. At that level of buying, that expensive wine, I think it's a collection thing for rich people. I mean, seriously. I don't know, but what use is... I mean, I suppose they have the value thing, but... I mean, there's better things to do that, right? Don't take a perfectly good bottle of wine out of circulation just because you want to hoard it. Come on, don't be a bastard. The people who are dumb are the ones who spend like $1,000 on a bottle of wine that's the same thing as a $30 wine bottle. That's true. You know what? I don't think the $200,000 wine is any more valuable, right? It's not that much more. Surely it can't be that much better. Unless maybe the flavour value curve is logarithmic or exponential. That might be the case. Maybe that's the case. The tastier something is, it gets more and more and more valuable. Maybe. Although gold isn't very flavourful, I understand it. Here I am pining after a $1,000 guitar. Well, a guitar definitely more valuable to me than a bottle of wine, I would say. I think you're going to get much more mileage out of it, for sure. Unless, of course, I don't know, I'm struggling to imagine a use of a bottle of wine that's anywhere near as practical as a guitar. Maybe... yeah... I mean, you can drink it or do something with the bottle. Maybe you've got like $1 billion tiny model ship that you need to put in a super expensive bottle, but then the wine's in it. It loses the value once you take the wine out. This is a ridiculous line of thinking. Let's abandon it. Beaning a home invader over the head. I suppose there is that, but even there, a guitar, I think, is going to work better. It's going to work better. A guitar won't shatter in your hand and wind you up in the A&E. You know? I think you're better off hitting someone with the guitar, even if the guitar's worth more than $1,000. I can understand a $200,000 guitar. I mean, you know, with like the craftsmanship that goes into building one and the sort of the artistic skills, that makes sense. But $200,000 for something that is gone once you use it is nuts. That's bonkers. Old wine tastes awful, says Demon Blast. Well, I mean, I'm not a big fan of wine, to be fair. I don't really like any of it. Maybe the really expensive stuff is good and I would like it, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I suppose maybe it's sold exclusively for rich people's weddings. I don't know. That kind of price though is insane. Anyway, I can't sit here. What do you think I am? Some kind of online sommelier? Somalian? No, that's not right. That's not right. Imagine that. A wine expert pirate. I think there's a book in there. Yeah. I am the captain now. I am the wine taster now. I think there's some mileage on that one. Anyway, let's get back into here and take a look. We'll let him make his construction then, because frankly, we don't need to worry about him. I didn't even realise he was collecting materials. Let's go over there and... not there. Not there either. Where am I going? I was about to set something up and it's completely flown my mind. Maybe if I just cycle aimlessly through all of the hotkeys, we'll find out what I was thinking, and I'll be prompted by a visual stimulus. Bedrooms? No. Storage rooms? No. I was already in the workshops. I was going to go and look at the textiles floor and see if there's anything we can do and start working on. I mean, setting clothing stockpiles is a doable task, but maybe I don't want to do that right now. I think I want to focus more on the trappy corridor. That's going to be more fun. So what we do is we go down to the lower corridors here and we're going to start trapping this bad boy. We're going to give it some serious trapology. Build, trap, and then upright spear / spike. Boom. Done this in here. And then I will put in 10 menacing green glass spikes and say done. Just going to leave that for a second. We'll let the game run for a bit. I'm just going to go and check to see if Ames has finished that piece of bread. Then I'll take her back up to bed. Bear with me. I'll be right back. Cola. I'll be back. Don't worry. Don't worry. There we go, I'm back again. Sorry about that little interruption there. Headphones back in so I can partake of the swirler, and then we can have a little look at the item. What's been made here? Excuse me, I've just got to adjust my yoga ball donut cushion combo. It's very comfortable actually. Okay. Imagine if cola stopped making cola. In 50 years they'd sell like wine. Do you think Coca-Cola's going to age like wine does? I can imagine an alcoholic drink acquiring some flavour and qualities from aging, but Coke? Oof, don't know about that. Then again, interesting Coke fact that I learned, and for some reason I've been telling everybody lately, and I learnt this from an episode of Vice somehow, but in China, Shanghai specifically, it's not unusual to get a red wine and Coke mixer. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Made me go, what? As well. So where are we? Baba make a sippy cup. No, Tidy, that was, she's a bit old for sippy cups now. I just got her a little cup of water and a bit of bread, because it's far too fucking late for her to be wandering around going, I want food. So where were we? Also, if you do a succession fort, I can't wait for the first 3 streams of it being you just staring at it confused. More than likely, yeah. I can see that now, Canasoda. The delays would be inevitable. My head-scratching confusion is probably legendary. Although, I don't know. I think a lot of people have to know about something for it to be legendary. I was going to say mythical, but no, they're definitely real. I'm sure a good word will come along. Let's have a look. The Holy Sippy Grail. Well, you've got to be careful there. You don't want to pick the wrong one up, because you'll age really quickly and then turn to dust. And frankly, if that happened to my children, I would be pretty upset. I'll be like, Jesus Christ, who's making these fucking grails? Can't we just get the true grail instead? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So have we been at war with the goblins yet? Yes. The goblins have sieged us, or laid siege to us 3 times, I think, so far. So yes, the goblins are certainly making themselves felt. Druid's Mead, I think... No, was Druid's Mead the baby? Maybe it was Druid's Mead. I suppose he's the only child with a nickname, so unless the baby died, it must have been him. Well, never mind. Let's go back to the Dwarf Fortress and have a little look. Druid's Mead Vaboxius, dwarven child, has created Nershalocum, a fungi wood cup. He claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Moral Syrup Block. Syrup Block? Syrup Block. Let's press enter and take a little look at this little beauty. Waddle Rises. Oh, that's a cute little ducky name, isn't it? Let's have a look. It's worth 75 grand, so it's not bad for a child. Let's take a look at it, see what it's like. This is a fungi wood cup. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with fungi wood and encircled with bands of oval gabbro cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of clear zircon. On the item is an image of mung bean plants in bronze. On the item is an image of guava trees in gold. Okay, mung bean plant. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's a fairly obscure bean in my opinion. But hey, why not? If it's not my place to comment on people's small bean or rare bean tastes. Tastes? Peccadillos? A rare bean peccadillo sounds a lot worse. Sounds bad. Sounds really bad. Pay no attention to Andrew, he has a rare bean peccadillo. That, of course, is in no way meant to be a commentary on anyone in the news at the moment. I don't know why I said it. Where were we? Who didn't kill himself? Sorry. Where were we? Let's unpause the action now that we've got our lovely legendary item out of the way. And think about our trap corridor. That was it. Right, thank goodness. Thank goodness. At least somebody's thinking straight. I don't know, you lot. I mean, totally failing to keep me on the straight and narrow. We'll build 3 more, I think, is how many we have enough spikes for. But if we leave them in the middle here, they'll force people to dodge into the cages. And so there may be a chance that usually uncatchable enemies could be caged. We'll see. Shift, enter, select all, and D for done selecting. There we go. Another upright spike trap, please, with menacing green glass spikes. Ooh, tasty. 10 out of 26. Okay, we still got some left. Press D. Do another one. Stick it there. Huh? Oh, menacing iron spikes. Oh, maybe we can use those. I mean, waste not, want not, right? Then again, we could just melt the thing, couldn't we? D for done. And then we should have 6 left, which means we need 4 more to get another trap down. Oh, that's fine. And ultimately, the goal is to, of course, hook these up to some kind of lever system and have them jabbing, poking and gouging all of our enemies as they try to come up from the caverns. Which will be jolly, won't it? Such japes. Such tomfoolery and fun. They're putting these things together pretty quickly, actually. I was expecting them to take absolutely ages, but they're just slamming them in. Look at that. They're not finished, though, are they? Are they finished? Not quite. Still needs some furniture hauling. Just got to get the spikes in. But that's fine. Thank you very much, TKR. I do like the sound of my own voice as well, so, you know, I know how you feel. So vain. So big-headed. Don't encourage it. It'll make the people I live with's lives miserable. Oh. Wait till we get to the instruments. Oh, good point, Tidy. If you haven't seen that yet, the books and the instruments are what I live for when it comes to trading. I was quite disappointed the last lot of traders didn't bring any. In fact, I say quite disappointed. I was very disappointed. I was absolutely devastated. It's got to neck that tea before it goes completely cold. Although, I mean, it was barely above room temperature. You boys putting in these spikes, or are you just giving up on it now? Should be fine. Let's take a look at our production, our magma production zone. How's that coming along? It looks busy. There's actual activity here, and it does appear to be focused around the smelteries and forges, so that's good. I'm seeing people running back and forth between the glass-making facilities. We could go a level deeper and try assigning specific dwarves to specific workshops, but for now I feel like I just want to get people levelling up across the board. I'm not entirely sure how our metalsmithing industries look. I'm going to take a little peek at Dwarf Therapist. And I'll tell you what, you can come with me. You come with me, I won't pause the game. And we'll have a little look at our metalsmithing skills and see what's going on. By the way, if anybody wants a dwarf named after them, now is the time. If you don't mention what sort of dwarf you're interested in, I'll just give you a random one. A bit of randy random. And you'll have to live with that. Right, so we've got 2 decent furnace operators, but is furnace operating really that important to us? I mean, it's just the speed, the furnace operating, isn't it? Doesn't do anything else to it. Weaponsmithing, 812111. You know what? These people here with the ones, we've only got 3 workshops, so you and you are no longer allowed to do any weaponsmithing. Why are you doing weaponsmithing? It's some kind of hobby, like an absolutely amazing high master wound dresser and suturer. I think your calling may actually be in the medical professions, not as a metalsmith. That seems like a waste of your talent. So this gives us 4 metalsmiths left over. Fine by me. Armory, we've got a level 9, a level 13. So again, let's turn off the ones, get rid of them, and commit the changes, because otherwise I'm going to do some goofy clicks and ruin everything. Let's look at our blacksmithing skills. We've got 3 people capable of blacksmithing. That's fine. We'll leave them as is. And then metal crafting, 4. I think we'll be alright with that. Now, is metal crafting done at the Craftsdorf workshop or the forge? Shizu, did you already have one? That's a good question. I haven't recently been playing RimWorld, but I have, and do occasionally play RimWorld. It's just that more people watch if I play Dwarf Fortress, so given 2 games I like almost equally, that's going to be the deciding factor. Right, let's have a look. Level 16. I'm clearly getting tired already. Dwarves with nicknames are Sanctum from Sanctum Spiritstone, Orchimedes, Base on Mars, Burgundurf, Cooler, Curly Fries, Dragon Man, Druid's Mead, Furry Man, Cupo 2, because Cupo 1 died, Legs, who's not actually named after someone in chat, unfortunately, he's just paralysed, Ocelot, Shizu, you do have a dwarf. Don't you worry, Shizu, you're already there. We've also got Smiley Tom Stan, Tidy, and Zip. So if anyone who hasn't got a dwarf. Demon Blast wants a farming dwarf. That's not difficult to do. Let's find farming. Let's sort by farming. And let's find our highest rank unnamed. Oh, he's not just our highest ranked unnamed farmer. He's a legendary +4 grower. I wonder what kind of stats he's got in being a shower. Let's set that nickname. Oh, he's not a very happy boy, though. Still, this will do. I'm sure we can work this out. Demon, I'm going to put a capital on, even though it's not in your name, because that's the kind of crazy, wacky shenanigans we get up to here. Demon Blast with an E. I'll leave the 1 off. I'm going to assume that's a getting the username thing rather than an integral part of the name, but we'll see. Feel free to correct me. There we go, that's Demon Blast in. I think, anyone else mention it? I don't think so. How fares your Dwarven Analogue? Well, Shizu, let's take a little look and find out. They're happy, mainly because I cheated and made everybody happy by godlike edict. Skills-wise, you are... Ooh, well, it's going to be hard to say this without sounding rude, so I'll just sort of make a face. There we go. Let's look at your military skills, though. This could be where you shine. This could be your raison d'etre. You've killed a troglodyte. Well, there is that. And by the looks of things, with no weapon skills. I imagine you did that with your bare hands. So, congratulations. Very good. Ooh, maybe you didn't. I've just had a little peek at your stats here. You've got an actual, honest-to-goodness 0 for agility. Ooh. Shazoo. Didn't see that when you gave the dwarf, did I? When I gave you the dwarf, I missed that one entirely. That is a clumsy boy. That is a very clumsy boy. Let's have a little look down here. How do you call that skill mod? I forgot. Skill mod. Which one? Which one do you mean, Soul Mask 8? Question mark? Assuming that is how you pronounce that. I'm pretty confident it is. This window. Oh, this is Dwarf Therapist. Dwarf Therapist. As you can see up here... Oh, you can't. I cut that. I cut the menu bar off. Sorry. Okay, you can't see it's called Dwarf Therapist. I apologise for being such a smug dick. Let's go back over to the labours. If you launch from the Lazy Noob pack, which is a very good Dwarf Fortress launcher, you can set it to launch automatically when you start the game. So exciting stuff. Anyway, where was I? Let's go back to the fortress. We've been sitting here in Dwarf Therapist for a little bit too long. Let's go back and see what's going on. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is check our bar situation, because it wouldn't do to run out of... why are all these bolts forbidden? Okay, unforbid. How do we do that? F? There we go. We want them melted, though, so we'll leave that. We don't need bolts and arrows. We don't have any of that shit in the fortress yet. Anyway, down to bars. We're good for iron. Pretty good for gold. Very good for silver. Copper is coming out of this mountain in astronomical quantities. I am having a hard time conceiving of how we're going to use it all. Bronze, brass, a bit of steel, lots of pig iron. That's good. I say lots of pig iron. Enough pig iron to keep the steel industry going. I mean, the steel is hand to mouth at the moment. We're using it as soon as it comes out. But once we've got all of the armour made, I feel like we'll start building a stockpile. I feel like that's probably an option. And then maybe once we've got the armour made, we could just make a special stockpile to do the leggings dupe. The leggings dupe. Interesting. Anyway, back out of here. Keep watching a bit. We've probably got... Actually, let's go back into there, thinking about things. Let's have a little look and see how our spikes stocks are going. If I go down to... actually, if I type in E and then type in menacing, there we go, menacing green glass spikes. This doesn't tell us which ones are actually in a trap already, does it? We may not actually have. Let's melt that menacing iron spike. We don't need that. You can piss off. Go away. Let's try and lay a trap and see what happens. Maybe we'll get one in, maybe we won't. Build, trap, upright spear spike. Bung it there. Oh yeah, we've got 32 of the things. Absolutely splendid. Let's pop some more in. Got that there. Yeah. Green glass spikes. Fantastic. Another one. Thank you very much. Stick it there. There we go. 2 left over. Good. Okay, it's not the most spectacular of trap corridors yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there, and I'm feeling pretty swell about this. I like it. Let's go to the dining hall and put in a lever for the traps. I'm thinking right next to the others. B, T, L. There we go. And if I pop that there, we can remember that the third one up is actually a lovely, lovely trap mechanism. I'm going to go with this mica mechanism. I think that's a good one. And we'll come out of the menu and let the dwarves carry on with their day. Clearly, I need some sort of noble position since I'm in a state of permanent repose. But yeah, you get you on the chaise longue, eating those $900 bunches of grapes. Why not? We'll see if we can get you in there. We'll see if you can put you in the nobility somehow. I mean, you never know. We still haven't accepted their offers of making us like the capital of the civilization. So maybe we will, maybe we won't. I think we should probably build a proper throne room first. Does everyone cheat with depressive dwarves? I want to believe it's still playable without. Well, Soul Mask, this is the first time I've done it, and honestly, it's like a massive weight off my shoulders. I feel much better about the whole thing. I've just noticed there's a table missing. There's a table missing. I do think currently that the mood situation in current version of Dwarf Fortress is balked. We're in a bit of a state where there's not much you can do to keep them happy. Just little tiny things will build up over time and they'll all just go absolutely bonkers. There we go, can of soda backing me up there. Hello Beardster, welcome back. It's going pretty good. The fortress is ticking along nicely. We've got like traps coming out of the production line. We've got dwarves training in the military. You know, things are going pretty good. We should have enough food and drink to survive most sieges. Although it does look like I've kind of slackened a bit here and I'm not putting in the traps that have broken. So let's do that. Build trap. I want a weapon trap. I want to bung that bad boy in this empty hole here, as one does. There we go. Pop that in. Let's try using a decent mechanism. Oh, the Allanite one was pretty good. And then we can put in some large serrated green glass blades. Ooh, lovely. 95 of them. A very fine quantity. There we go. I'm going to pop in another weapon trap. I'm going to bung that there. We're going to make that with what kind of mechanisms? Firelight. Why not? And then we go back down to the serrated green glass discs. Bung them in. Press D to accept. Yada da da, yada da. And I think we can put another one in the middle if I'm not very much mistaken. Yes, we can. Cobalt-type mechanisms. Are they good? Not compared to the ones we had before. Why do we no longer have those ones with the 3 lines, which I am assuming, perhaps incorrectly, are better than the others? They were at the top of the list last time. Oh, you little dickens. Let's just use that orthoclase mechanism, and then we'll go back to the stacked list. Nope. There we go. That's the way to do it. Oh, hello. Swerwer. Could I have my Swerwer back, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's put another weapon trap in, and I think there's one more space. No, 2 more spaces. 3 more spaces. This whole top row is trapless. Okay, that's not ideal. God, I love this track. I know I say it every time it comes on, but I do. I really do. The humming just does it for me. I do love a good hummer. But I also like it when people hum in music as well. Let's pop that there. Let's just get the cobalt-type. Large serrated green glass discs. Of course I was talking about cars, you idiots. Let's put in the old weapon trap again. Firelight mechanism. Serrated green glass. Lovely. There we go. We've got a nice 3x3 trap. No, actually we've got an I, a capital I of traps, because there's another one missing here. It looks like all the traps exploded. I genuinely thought that the traps were all going to be okay, but turns out, no. The game cries, bullshit, sir. Bullshit. Okay, let's look at our military screen, see how things are going. If we look at equipment, we can see, ooh, this is nice. All equipped, all equipped, all equipped, all equipped, all equipped, and then we got 1, 2, all equipped, 1, 2. So that's nice. We need 4 more people to go in. So let's do that, shall we? Let's remove the weapons from the available slots so they don't end up being forced to use something they're no good with. We'll come back and figure that out later. Uh-oh. There we go. That's the way to do it. And maybe looking dwarf therapist, shall I? I'll leave you watching these traps getting constructed for a second. I'm just going to head over to dwarf therapist, sort by who's in what squad, and have a little look down the list and see if we've got anybody who's turned up since I last checked with some weapon skills who isn't legs. Come on, legs. Your days are done. You're not getting back in the military unless we get some kind of alchemical legs made for you. Some kind of dwarven industry legs. Dwarven industry legs? That doesn't sound right. We do have a spear dwarf, Dacost, currently. So I'm going to add him, assigned to squad, the swift trades. Bingo. Let's commit that to change. And then I'm going to look and see who our most agile dwarf is in the fortress. It's this lad. No, yes it is. His strength isn't much, but his agility is 72. So, yeah, let me bring you over. Why not? You can have a look at these lads. Here we go. I'm sorting by this column for agility, and this guy here, by the looks of things, is our most agile boy. But the one below, look at this one. Look at this young lady. 69, 67, 54, 75. Only recuperation is low. You're going in the military. You're going to be suitable for... Oh, hang on a minute. Holy shit, she's a child. We're keeping an eye on Lead here. Lead is some kind of super baby. Check out those stats. Tell me they go up. Or at least tell me they don't go down. That's amazing. Okay, so like the strongest dwarf in the fortress is actually a baby. Oh, hang on, no, tell a lie, Cupo is the strongest dwarf in the fortress. But he's also a clumsy fucker, look at that. Whew, that's a dangerous combo. Super strength and idiot level agility. That's going to end up with you kicking yourself in the nuts incredibly hard. Not great. Let's take a little cheeky look at chat. You don't eat grapes, you make them into booze and drink them. It's the dwarven way, says Ocelot. Well, that's acceptable. But I do like grapes. I like eating grapes, they're nice. You can also make them into raisins. Plutonium Jesus says, I never cheat and opt for rage quitting early instead. Oh, PJ, come on. Live a little, get that cheese on. do a little bit of the old cheaty. Oh, yeah. Come on. We've all got to give it a go sometime. Can of Soda says they go crazy way faster than they're supposed to, and Toadie has even said they're balked. That's very true. There's no doubt about it. Current dwarves in Dwarf Fortress are emotionally balked. Maybe it'll come out. The next fix, the next version is supposed to be coming out this month, so there's a chance it'll be fixed relatively soon. You never know. Hello, Ingvar77. Phobos tile set. I think you're right. It definitely begins with PH. Let me check that. Yeah, Phobius, Phoebus, from the Lazy Noob pack. It's nice. I like it. And welcome to the stream, Ingvar. Have you been here before? You might have done. I think I remember Ingvar77 from prior times. And hello, Japs1285 or 1285. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a date. Maybe it's just a number. Talk about commitment. Streams in my morning, then moves his PC downstairs to not bother the kids in the evening to stream Dwarf Fortress for my enjoyment. What a guy. Well, you know, it's not solely for your enjoyment. This is my hobby too. So I am kind of doing this for funsies. But, well, I am doing it for funsies. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. It's not like I'm making any fucking money. That's not true. I'm not making living money. I'm making a little bit of money. Anyway, where were we? The Boys DF edition. My goodness, The Boys DF edition. What could have prompted that comparison? I don't. Have we? Has one of my dwarves been killed by having a little bit of plastic explosive shoved up his bum? Is that what it was? Is that what did one of the dwarves, one of the new migrants, turn up and get? Oh no, Dolphin Man! No, we don't have a Dolphin Man. It's fine. Don't worry. Super Baby. Oh, that's a very good point. Yes, Super Baby, like in the little cot thing. Very useful. Handy thing to have, a Super Baby. You don't want a Super Teenager, however. That's going to be... Oof, good lord. Ocelot says, I have managed to manage stress by having a custom profession called Time Out, which I give to any dwarves that have over 10k stress. If they reach 25k, I expel them. If they recover, I reset them. Okay, interesting. So you do find it is manageable with time, so you can give them sort of like free time and stuff like that. I've never even thought to get that deep in the into the intricacies of my dwarves' individual lives, but maybe I should. Maybe I should get the long rubber gloves and start reaching in. Okay, that was another... What am I doing with these metaphors? I'm really making some weird moves. I'm throwing some bizarre shapes. Put it that way. Okay, let's go and look at our forges and check to see how this production of steel armour's coming along. Okay, well, the looks of things, we've got our helms and our breastplates sorted, but we kind of knew that before I looked. Steel leggings, steel high boots. They've not got enough shields yet. That's fine. Oh, we've got a double order of leggings. That's okay. Gauntlets, mail shirts, and greaves. Okay, it looks like everything's on its way. That said, all of our military did have gear. Oh, no, we're short for, well, now 3 dwarves from the military, but we'll fill that in when the time comes. We'll fill it in. Oh, sorry. Back at the I'm leaving you on Dwarf Therapist. How rude of me. How utterly rude. I lasted 20 years before a spiral. That's not bad. Sad dwarves make other dwarves sad, and so at some point having all the timeouts in the hall just cascades. Yes, that you do run the risk. If unhappy dwarves are together, you have a risk of... what's it called when everybody has a... everybody has a sort of a breakdown at the same time? Everyone goes nuts? Like not a mob psycho. That's an anime. It's actually a pretty good anime. Mass psychosis, maybe, I think it's called. Something like that. I know, Shizu. I caught it in the end, but not quick enough. Soulmask says, my strategy so far was to let the guard dwarves maim to death the insane ones. Not a bad idea, to be fair. Although, we've had some serious problems in the past with corpses filling the corridors and making everybody very sad. It's hard to keep a smile on when you're stepping over the mashed up remains of a maternity unit. The forgotten beast, Sath Borarushan, has come. A huge 3-eyed weevil. It has a round shell, and it has a gaunt appearance. Its clear exoskeleton is waxy. Beware its deadly blood. Okay, I will beware its deadly blood. This sounds like it might be slightly more, but not really that much more dangerous than the feathered snails we've had attack us in Forgotten Beastland. Now, first things first, where are you? Oh, I see him down here, bottom right. There you go, see it? Old Sath, the Forgotten Beast. Well, Sath. I think you'll find that this fortress is very well defended, even if I do say so myself. Where is our thing? Nope, that's the wrong button. There we go. We want to get that closed. So, first things first, we go to the military screen, and that's the noble screen. Military screen, set an alert, and we call everybody into the siege hall. There we go, that's my siege hall horn call. And then we unpause it and watch what happens. Actually, let's not do that, let's repause it. Press U and zoom over and watch old Sath and see what they're up to. Oh, there's a skunk knocking around. And a peregrine falcon. Isn't that the fastest bird? I think it is the fastest bird, isn't it? It dives straight down at a ludicrous speed. Anyway, let's have a look at this sad sack here. There we go. Follow and resume. What are you up to? You having fun down there in the caverns? Why don't you get lost? Take in the sights, have a wander around, pop into a cafe, have a cup of coffee and shit. This is also fairly suboptimal. The rock Otar Osmos Nongong. Let's try this again. The rock Otar Osmos Nongong. There's fucking 4 names. Let's try again. The rock Otar Osmozozong Tudosp Stekug has come. A bird of prey so large and ferocious it dwarfs many dragons. All beneath its mighty wings should fear the sky. Ooh, scary stuff. In which case, let's not just close up the bottom gate, but close up the top gate too. That said, is everybody indoors? Do I need to take some kind of survey? I'm going to do a little scan of the mountainside. Have we got anybody outdoors here? Anybody being a silly billy and waving their willy? Or are we all being sensible little boys and staying inside with our pants pulled up? Where are we? Come on, little fellas. Where are you? There we go. I'm not quite sure where I was going with that little outburst. There's no willy waving going on. Everybody's perfectly happy, just walking around in their pants. Why make it weird? Why make things weird? We've got some corpses around. Let's zoom right up. Anything at the top? It doesn't look like it, does it? Our dwarves are too smart to be fucking around at the top of a volcano. That makes no sense. Why would they do that? It looks pretty clear going down the mountain as well. Here we go round the mountain, singing our very own song. Does anyone... Right, okay. This is a very deep cut and a very long shot. But those of you from the UK, do any of you remember... you're going to have to be around 40 for this to be remembered as well. When they used to do those magazines for kids with like stories in them, but they'd also have like an audiobook version of it as well with sound effects and everything. And there was one that was... I loved it. And there were these monsters which were like big... They had big round white bodies and a round white head with a single eye and a little poisonous horn. Does anyone remember that? And the song went, here we go round the mountain, singing our very own song. Probably not going to get many hits on that one. But, you know, maybe someone remembers it. Maybe someone remembers the name. Because I would love to look at those without the rose-tinted spectacles of nostalgia and find out if they were actually any good or if they're absolute garbage. Garbage. Xenomorph blood. Yes, indeed, Soulmask. It looks like our waxy see-through friend down there is going to be a bit of a problem. 4-name rock. Disgusting. I know, Tidy. I don't like it. It does sound like Rodan. That's true. Godzilla versus Mothra. Well, it's more of well, we've got Rodan. What's the one that most looks like a weevil? There's definitely insectoid kaiju in the Godzilla world, aren't there? I watched... oh man, I'm not. The film wasn't the most amazing thing in the world, but I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters with my son a little while ago, and we stayed up really late and watched it together, and it was brilliant. It was great fun. One of the super mega late night stay-ups that he's allowed every now and again. Stay up as late as he wants. Well, I never got that when I was a kid unless my parents were drunk. And that sounds worse than it is. I mean, like on Christmas shit. Where are we? Those books existed here too. Do you know the specific one you're talking about, though? Oh, okay. I didn't. They must have been a much more global phenomena. The Beano and the Dandy. I remember the Beano and the Dandy. I used to get the Beano, and my sister got the Dandy. Ah, well, there you go, TKR. You're from the States. I think Can of Soda's in BC. Forgive me if I got it wrong. It's difficult. There's like lots of people who come in and watch. He's a Canadian. Yes, I got it right. That's French for duck people, you know. Where were we? I'm a giant Godzilla fan, so I'm down for all these kaijus. Well, there we go. Brilliant. We've got perfectly timed. This is synergy. Well, not synergy. That's like two things working together. What's the S word for coincidental happenstance stuff that works well? Serendipity. Yes. Also a film, I believe, with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. Dunno. The romance shelf of the video store I used to work in when video stores existed was a bit of a hazy memory now. I have much clearer recollection of the horror and sci-fi zones. Where were we? Sorry. Kismet, yes, also a pretty good word. Confluence, yes. Come on, Dictionary Corner. Serendipity was John Cusack, yes, actually, I remember a bit clearer now. You're right, John Cusack. What was that John Cusack film that I watched in... I can't remember. It had a really good soundtrack. Grosse Point Blank. That was pretty good. Good soundtrack. Anyway, where was I? Serendipity implies it's fortuitous. Well, I think a liking of kaiju and finding a stream that has a sort of meta kaiju scenario unfolding is serendipitous, right? Right? Say anything. Oh, I don't remember that. I remember the name of that film, but I don't remember anything. I can't picture the cover. I'm bizarrely good at identifying movies from very short snippets of visuals, and I'm actually really weirdly quite good at doing it for films I haven't even seen. As long as it has some level of cultural presence in the zeitgeist, I can usually identify films from just a few frames. Stills are harder, but if it's moving and I'm freakishly good at it, and I don't know why. Although, having said that, I am having the last session for my autism diagnosis tomorrow, so that may, diagnosis pending, be a factor. Who knows? By the way, that is the reason I can't stay on too late tonight. I've got to get up for that. So I will be finishing, not early, but early compared to normal. It's not going to be 3 a.m. probably. Where was I? Oh, that's the one with the garden with the thing over the head. I never saw High Fidelity. I remember people saying how good it was, but I never watched it or heard the soundtrack, so I couldn't possibly comment. I mean, I could comment, but I couldn't possibly comment with any level of accuracy. Oh, hi, Mark. Hello, Ferryman. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I did not hit her, etc., etc. It happens a lot. I didn't. Well, actually. I won't talk about this on stream just now, thinking about it. I'm probably divulging a lot of personal information that I probably should check with other people first. But it wasn't really a thing until my partner was like, you should really get checked. And I did. And who knows what's going to happen. Although, we'll see. I wasn't sure. I'm doing very well, Ferryman. Very well indeed. Is it bad that my first reaction there was wanting to post the little dancing letters spelling out autism? I mean, depends on what you meant by it. Depends on what whether it was a celebration of neurodiversity, or whether it was, I don't know, coming from some darker place. Dark places. Where were we? Let's unpause the action and let the dwarves get on with what they're doing, because I've been massively derailed and completely confused. Autism and quirky can be confused. That's true. That is true. But yeah, when your mum and your girlfriend of like 15 years is going, just take the fucking tests. I feel like it's kind of, who knows? They're not psychologists. They're not professionals. They couldn't possibly say. But people seem to, like, when you tell people not very satisfyingly, I have to say, you do get a lot of, oh, right, you know, which is not what I want to hear, to be honest. All I want to hear is, no, really? No. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. Is my dwarf doing okay, by the way? Well, Fairyman, if you give me a second, I'll take a little look and find out. Let's have a little look. Let's go with the therapist. Not much happening. We've probably got some green glass spikes to lay down, so that would be good, wouldn't it? Let's sort by has nickname. Where is it? There it is. 17 have nicknames currently. We've got Orchimedes, Base on Mars, Bergendurf, Cooler, Curly Fries, Demon Blast, Dragon Man, Druid's Mead, Furryman, you're alive, you're fine, Cupo, Ocelot, Sanctum, Shazoo, Smiley Tom Stan, Tidy, and Zip. So, yeah, we've got a... Oh, pardon me, little fart there. I don't know if you heard that or if the donut cushion I'm sitting on silenced it. Having said that, I think this might need airing before it's used by another. Let's have a little peek down here. Are there any more military dwarves? We haven't had any migrants arrive, so I don't know why I'm checking to see if there's any more. Anyone turned up since the last naming session and want one? Anyone interested? Anyone want to take a peek, get one? I mostly just think the GIF is hilarious as a redaction image, to be honest. Yes. Well, I can't exactly throw my hands up and claim some kind of squeaky clean innocence on that regard, can of soda. So, it's all cool by me. I worked as a beta tester and saw some prime specimens, and you look relatively normal so far. Ah, okay. Well, I think that's the thing. The diagnosis spectrum has opened a lot recently. Like the understanding of like how it manifests and stuff has become a lot more open, and so like things that previously were not considered as such are now sort of in that category together. Like no one ever gets a diagnosis of Asperger's anymore, for example. That's all rolled into the sort of big wide array of things that can be covered by the autistic spectrum. So, it's obviously, having said that, if you're doing the tests, you know that shit. You understand. So, we'll see what happens. I'll find out tomorrow. Beardster wants a craftsman dwarf, and Japs1285 also wants a dwarf. I hope to be sacrificed to Great Lord Rodan. Well, fingers crossed you survive, but we'll see. I'm no specifics given there, so I'm going to close my eyes and do a patented random roll. I close my eyes, I roll my mouse wheel. Click. What do we got here? Urvad the bookbinder. Wow, there's a useless profession at the moment. Hopefully our industry will grow and you'll become valuable at some point. That would be nice. So that's Japs1285. Going to capitalise that. There we go. Bosh. And commit. And who's next? Someone else said as well, didn't they? Beardster, a craftsman dwarf. Not a problem. I'm going to go with stone crafting because I think we've got some decent ones available. Let's have a peek. Yes, level 17. Legendary +2 stonecrafter. Zulban no more. Henceforth you shall be known as... Who was it again? Soulmask? It wasn't Soulmask, was it? It's Beardster. Beardster. 2 R's. Beardster. Beardster. That needs some work. That rhotic roll needs a bit of work. Who else have we got? Like ADHD, I feel like there's an overdiagnosis. That's probably true. Yes, that's very true. But I have to say there's a lot of it in the family. So, both. So, we'll see what happens. They're very... I think the term is comorbid. They happen a lot together. You have a lot of coincidence of those things happening. And a lot of the treatments for one or the other can depend on whether you've got both or not. For example, like they basically give speed to kids with ADHD. That is less effective if you have a co-diagnosis of ASD. So it's kind of interesting, but, honestly, I haven't paid enough attention yet, to be fair. I was a little bit distracted during the whole process, just thinking about other things. Where were we? To be honest, it's actually a pretty big issue where they overdiagnose. Yes, I agree with that. Someone being introverted could get them slapped on the spectrum, which almost happened to me. Oh, definitely not introverted. I can say that. I don't enjoy dealing with people, but I do find it, relatively doable. I've got a lot of tricks and tips. I'll sort you out. Did the same with our other mental health issues. Schizophrenia used to have a lot of subtypes, but now it all falls under a single overall term. Intriguing. You see, these things, that's the general knowledge of these kind of things is usually about 20 to 30 years behind, like people in the sort of the general population in Gen Pop, as it were, are sort of just catching up with Freud, and that was turn of the last century. It wasn't it? I'm not sure. Do I play CDDA, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead? I have, but I've not yet really delved too deep into it. I'm getting so much good times from Dwarf Fortress at the moment, and it's making my stream vastly more popular than anything I've ever done before. So I'm sticking with Dwarf Fortress for a while. Give it a bit of a go. Next time I change games, we'll see what I play. I am planning on doing a Disco Elysium once I've finished the game once. I'm planning to do my second playthrough, but I'm guessing by the time I get round to it, the viewing figures are going to be dog shit. So it's just going to be for the hardcore, I'm afraid. I'm pretty inverted. I'm sure you mean introverted, and have pretty bad social anxiety. And my mum, when I was in school, tried to get me medicated for autism over that. I do feel like medication is too much of a thing to go for. You often with very basic things that you think this isn't that bad, they go straight to a drug treatment, and you're like, I don't think this is appropriate for a child this age. I'm straying into weird territory. Let's not talk about this until I've spoken to my girlfriend about it. Well, Fuzzatron, welcome back again. Thanks for joining us. And there'll probably be some CDDA around, maybe sometime around Halloween. That seems like a good place to do it. Then again, I could revisit Alien Isolation. Anyway, enough of this sitting here looking at Dwarf Therapist. Did I give everybody a dwarf who wanted one? Furry one, Shazoo, can of soda. You got one soda? Let me know if you want one. I don't think there is one for you at the moment. Did you get the DLCs for Isolation? I've got some of them. I've got a couple, not all of them, but I've had them sitting on my wish list for on Steam for ages, and every time they go down on sales, I sort of look and go, oh, maybe I'll pick up another one. We'll see. Well, I mean, we have currently 65 unnamed dwarves, so I'm just going to dive in and give you this bad boy, just because I can. You're a butcher now. You're a butcher, Harry. Did I just add him to the squad rather than nicknaming him? I think I did. Shit. Remove from squad. Sorry, no, take him out of the military. Let's set his nickname. There we go. He's now going to be Can of Soda. There we go. Commit the change. Bingo. We're all good. And Soulmask 8 also wants one. Is the 8 integral to the nomenclature, or is that something that we want to chop off? Let's do the closed eyes one. Click. What have we got here? Tun Katenziberek. Not anymore, you're not. You're Soulmask 8. Soulmask, just Soulmask. Soulmask. There we go. Commit. There we go. Excellent stuff. So, Soulmask Japs. Flipvine, no problem. I'm more than welcome to have one. Let me just close my eyes and have a little stroke of the old mouse wheel. Click. There we go. Dusim Ralmastor. Looks like a bookbinder to me. Set the nickname. It's going to be Flipvine. Flipvine. There we go. Commit. Fantastic. We're all in. Let's talk about how elves should be buried alive in a used up mine. Yes, that is a good way to deal with elves. That is a good thing to do to elves. Although, I mean, honestly, there's an infinite array of options available to people. I mean, you could skin them and roll them around in horrible things, like, I don't know, like a swimming pool full of wasps, say. Maybe that. Or some kind of vinegar cannon as they're dusted with salt. That kind of thing. I mean, a classic technique for dealing with things like elves that you don't want to deal with is like putting painful things up their bottoms. Do elves even have bums? I don't know. Disgusting creatures. Foul. Foul. Maybe. Now here's the ultimate elven torture technique. I've just done it. It's a little play on the famous Chinese bamboo torture. Was it Chinese or Japanese? Anyway, the bamboo torture. You plant a tree, a little acorn or something. Elves are immortal, remember. You hold them out over the top of the tree and you have it grow up their bottom over the course of 100 years. Now there is some Sarlacc level misery. Suffering, sorry. Is it suffering? Something or other. Whatever the Sarlacc made people feel. That's what that's going to make them feel. Anyway, now that we've got truly unbelievably mind-bendingly graphic, let's actually go back to the game and play properly so that, we don't incur the ire of those who believe Dwarf Fortress to be a sacred thing that should not be profaned with such disgusting talk. Anyway, where were we? They'd like that. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like an elves probably do put like bits of wood up their bum, and they probably love getting splinters because, that's the kind of creatures they are. But a whole tree, I feel like that's going to be a bit much. So where were we? Is everybody running in? Yeah, let's unpause it so everybody can run into the base, and then hopefully... Shit, that's not the rock there, is it? I can practically smell what it's cooking. Oh, shit. No, shit, we got to close that gate immediately. So upper level gates, please. Add pull now. Fantastic. Up to the surface. Come on, people. Pull that lever, pull that lever. We do not want that big bird in here. Big bird, go home. I've paused it. That's going to make it take a lot longer. Shit! Oh! Fucking bollocks. He's killed a surgeon. That's not ideal. The traders are still here by the looks of things, which could... Oh my god, it's triggered the traps. Amazing. Amazing. A bird so big that it dwarfs dragons has flown into my corridor and got caught in my spinning blade traps. Just what we want. Let's not forget, let's pause, and let's not forget about the lad down the bottom, because we've got a forgotten beast roaming around down here, and the last thing we want is it making its way into the fortress, because the trapping down here is significantly less effective than the trapping up there. Let's look for him. Let's actually find the boy. Where are you? Where gone that boy? Is he not here anymore? Huh. That's decidedly disappointing. It's just gone off the map. Sad. Very sad. Well, never mind. At least we've got a rock to make stuff out of. We can use rock feathers. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, let's go to the military screen. Let's turn off the alert. There we go. And pull that funky lever. Pull that funky lever. Pull it hard. Where were we? Add new task. Pull. Do it now. There we go. Bingo. I'm just going to check to see if we've lost anybody, thinking about it. We had 79 adults, 4 children, and 1 vulnerable baby. Let's do a refresh. We did lose somebody. We've now got 78 adults. But that's the guy we saw outside. Looked like a surgeon to me, so hopefully we have enough of them left over that it's not going to be a huge problem. What was that purple thing that popped up down the bottom? Ah, Bergendorf, it was you outside. Oh, that is disappointing. That is very disappointing. Let's check the graveyard out. How's it going? Is the graveyard adequately appointed with graves? Yes, at the moment. But you know what? I'm going to put more graves in because, frankly, it's that's a bed, not a coffin. There we go. There's a coffin. Frankly, you can never have enough coffins. You're always going to need more, no matter what. We've got a lot here, but hey. The population of a fortress can reach over 200. A single attack can kill more than 150 dwarves, and if you're not ready to bury them, well, you better deal with some depressed family members stepping over their family corpses. Also, you're going to deal with miasma. And it just makes the place look messy, to be honest. A couple of teeth here and there, not a huge problem. But stinking, bloated corpses lining the corridors, that's a problem. Yeah, there we go. We've got all the coffins in. I also need to place a memorial slab because we appear to have a ghost. So, build Alt S. We're going to place it down here, of course, and we'll see what we've got. There's a memorial. Lovely. I should probably see if we've got another one, just in case. I remember last time we had a load of memorials made, and then we never placed them. They just sat in our workshops. Okay, there's nothing there. That's fantastic. So I think if we go down to the Craftsdorf workshops here, I am going to add a new task, add making a slab, and Bergendorf, well, you get a slab straight away, even though you're not even cold yet. Still warm, still being carried to your coffin, but you'll get a slab. You get a slab. Let's add another slab. Who else have we got? Entombed, memorialized and entombed. We're looking for whoever doesn't have the slab or entombment, because that'll be the ghost. That'll be the undead wandering around. I'm seeing a lot of green. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Where were you? Rith. I think we just placed that one, so we'll watch and see. Let's have a little pause. They should get a notification at the bottom saying that he's been sent forth. Dispelled. Fingers crossed. No? It's not appearing yet. Okay. Regardless, let's go downstairs. We'll wait to see what happens there. We'll head back up a little bit to get to our trappy corridor here, and let's pop in some more spikes. Build, weapon trap, upright spear spike. That's a soapmaker's workshop. You've gone way off piste. Okay, build. That's Jesus Christ. Build. There we go. What's next, you ask? T for trap components. W for weapon, or down and enter, and then we place the weapon trap here, made with a basalt mechanism. Sure, yeah, that'll do. And then we make it with wait, am I making a regular weapon trap, or am I making an upright trap? Shit, I'm making a regular weapon trap. I want this one. That's the deal. There we go. Place it there. Make it with the menacing green glass spikes, and we can make 3 of those. Not too bad. Make another one, if you don't mind, Mr. Scoundrel. I don't mind at all. I mean, I'd do anything for you. Oh, thank you. I mean, I am you. Well, that's a good point. Shift Enter. D. There we go. That's another load of upright spear spike traps done. It's going to be a pain in the arse connecting them up to that lever, isn't it? Let's do it now. F3. I'll go to the lever. There we go. Add a new task, and I want to link it up to spears spikes. Capital S. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Add a new task. Do more spikes. It removes them from the list as they're done. This is good. This is excellent. Add spikes. Add spikes. Add spikes. Lovely. This is good. Add spikes. Boom. All the current traps that have been laid are linked or getting linked to a lever. Not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. That should be a nice little corridor to get enemies going down. Sure, it's going to involve quite a few cages. We're going to have to build a few, but I don't think it's the major issue of the day, is it? It's going to be fine. Oh, well, thank you very much for liking my storyteller type voice. Thank you. Much appreciated. I like it too. That's half the reason I'm streaming, because I'm a vain man. Let's get rid of this basalt door, because it's forbidden, and forbidden doors are no fun. Death to the old Bergendorf, long live the new Bergendorf. Long live the new flesh, as old James Wood once said. James Woods, as he pushed a videotape into his tum-tum. Oh, there's a video in my tummy. Good film, that. David Cronenberg. Videodrome, I think it's called. Worth a check. It might not have aged as well as I think it has, but I think it was a pretty decent movie. Ocelot says, you want to make a checkered pattern of upright and cage traps. The things are cage trap immune can still dodge the upright into a cage trap. Oh, okay. Well, we'll move that. Hello, Druid's Mead. Good beardening to you too. You made an artifact cup earlier with a picture of a mungbean plant on it. So just so you know, even though you're a little baby, a little child, you have already ascended to Craftsdwarf status. Congratulations. Yeah, I love Cronenberg. I'm a big fan. Actually, it's not a Cronenberg film, but I'm a big fan of Nightbreed, which is one of, if not the only film he acts in, one of the very few films he acts in. Fantastic movie. Absolutely brilliant practical effects. Very good. Very well worth watching. Dwarven philosophy time. The minecart problem. A gang of goblins are on the track, and a minecart is heading towards them. A dwarf could pull a lever and divert the cart towards a single elf instead. What do you do? Well, you pull the lever. I mean, no question about it. I mean, if the goblins aren't on the track, you pull the lever. Obviously, if there's an elf on a railway track or a minecart track, you want it to be smeared on the railway track, not, standing. It needs to be in pieces. Elves are disgusting abominations and should not be tolerated under any circumstances. And I'm not just talking about in Dwarf Fortress. I know some of you people out there will have horrible dark secrets in your closet about how you've been an elf at a live roleplay event or something. No, forbidden. Stop it. Wretch. I'm not happy with that. Anyway, where were we? No, you're not a vulnerable baby anymore, Druids Mead. You're a more robust child, which is lovely, isn't it? Very nice. It's more important to kill elves than goblins. Couldn't agree more, Can of Soda, as you could probably intimate from what I just said. Come on, have they finished those traps yet? Not yet, but that's fine. That's fine. Oh, we've run out of steel. That's a bit of a problem. And what's happened that's made us come over here? Someone's withdrawn from society. Holy shit. It's moods galore today. We can't move for people making legendary artifacts. Okay, he's claimed a workshop. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But let's follow him around and see if he can find the bits he needs. What are you after? What do you want? Bit of wood? Okay. You've got wood. What next? Heading over and getting some more wood. Okay. I mean, wood is okay to be in legendary artifacts, but don't make something out of wood. That's not good. Where's he gone? I've lost him. Oh, he's heading down the corridor. Okay, it's not going to be purely wood. It's not just going to be wood. It's also going to be a lump of stone from the hospital. Fair enough. We'll let him do that. We'll let him lug it. He's going to take a while, though. I feel like I might want to go and look somewhere else, because this is going to be a bit tedious. Oh, hang on. The prison. We made the prison earlier. Holy cow. So this, we need to make that a room. That can be a little bit smaller. That should do, right? Do that one? That size. That'll do. There we go. And used by justice. Yes. So now we can actually have prisoners. Very clever, scoundrel. Well done. Let's make another room. This can be slightly smaller. Does it need to be that big? It does not. Why has it got 2 beds instead of a table? That's no good. Enter. There we go. Used by justice. Yes, so we've got 2 prison areas. Let's remove this bed. Can't have 2 beds in a prison. That's outrageous. How could you possibly accept that? Let's have a little look in chat again. You did make the Holy Sippy Cup. Yes, it was fairly valuable as well. Its childproof top menaces with spikes of elf bone. Yes, a spiky top sippy cup. Very good. Very strong. Very strong. Absolutely necessary in the creation of an army of blind babies. Don't know why I said that again. That was another weird one. Just ignore that. Just ignore me. Well, don't ignore me. Let's have a look. I am a glassmaker, just as I am smoking on the water pipe IRL. Very good. Very good. Strong glass work there. Strong glass work. What was I looking at now? Can captured elves be butchered for their bones and eventually elf soap? Sadly not, Druids Mead. Unless you mod the game files, you can't really butcher or use material from sentients. You can't even eat them, for goodness sake. I mean, Dwarf Fortress is so moral, it won't let you throw babies into volcanoes. I mean, come on, Dwarf Fortress, get with the times. It's 2020, you know. Current year argument. Good grief. A blind baby cannot know fear. It sounds like the kind of thing you might hear during Space Marine training. Do not worry, madam. Your baby will be blinded immediately and will never know fear. The Emperor protects. Well, not my baby's eyesight, clearly. I want a dwarven version of Starship Troopers. Glorious dwarven kind go to a horrible planet, an elf planet. True, yes, a parable about fascism. Oh my goodness. You know what? I didn't get... I've got to admit, when I was a kid, and I say a kid, I was 18, when I first saw Starship Troopers, I did not get it and read it straightforwardly as a recruitment video. And it's a good job I calmed down, because I nearly joined the military after watching that. So, you know, job done in a very poor way. The inverse of the intention has been achieved at that point. Now, of course, I know better. Now, of course, I understand the subtle commentary of RoboCop and other Paul Verhoeven movies, but back then I was a soft-headed young man-child. Well, my head wasn't physically soft, of course. It was, you know, it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Watch up with your head. Soul Mask says they might make squats canon again in 40k, and there's already Eldar. Eldar are only barely acceptable because they're not technically elves, but still. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the new Warhammer world. I like the old world. That was good. What they had, it was good. They should have kept it. And instead they've made, like, Slayers an entire army, which seems really weird to me, but okay. If you want an army of ginger Mohican wearing nudie boys, go ahead. Go ahead. Arendisum says, wasn't it the dwarf Archimedes that said, give me a bridge long enough and a kid small enough and I can toss them anywhere? I think it was, actually. That does sound about right. That does sound about right. I think he was the same dwarf who sat in a bath full of elven blood and went, oh shit, I'm never getting this out of my beard. Where were we? Also, welcome back to the stream again. I don't think you've been around for a while, R&D-some, but I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. How's Anti-Heinlein? The film's How Anti-Heinlein? Hang on, I'm missing something there. Let's have a look. I still hate that Starship Troopers was such an anti-Heinlein thing. Heinlein. I can't pronounce his name properly. Since the actual Heinlein Starship Troopers isn't really glorifying either. I have only listened to one of the stories. Oh no, I haven't. Oh no, I listened to Ender's Game. Is that the same guy or a different guy? I forget. Do you remember the Ender's Game film with Harrison Ford in? Man, it must be expensive having all those big planes as a hobby. Where were we? Age of Sigmar is a blasphemy, but the old one lives on in Total Warhammer. That's true. I should get round to doing some Total Warhammer. It's a game that looms large in my library with not enough time on it. I really should. In fact, maybe, just maybe, with enough viewers, we'll be able to set up a little tourney or something. A little tournament. We could have a little match, like a knockout thing or something. I don't know, because the campaign is just so slow. Oh my god, it takes so long for a turn to go round. It's like from the very outset, it's like a late stage Civ 5 game. Anyway, where was I? Hello, Sylvcrest. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's have a look down here. New Warhammer is getting better as the story develops and they discover more parts of the old world. Okay. I see that you're working in a game shop has got your patter razor sharp. Amazing. Very well done. What have we got down here? Sure, it's far away. Sure, it's not far away. The same message, just a bit more styled. Druidsmead, I think I've missed something going on in the chat and not quite got the context of what you said there. I apologise for misinterpreting it. Orson Scott Card, yes, that's the guy who did Ender's Game, isn't it? Yeah, no, he's a different kettle of fish. I've never read the original Starship Troopers, but everybody I've met physically who loves the book, which actually is only about 2 people, has been a bit fashy, little bit, just enough to make you go, would we be on the same side in a civil war? You know, that kind of thing. Just a little bit. Those books get really weird after Ender leaves the military. Doesn't he try and repopulate the universe with psychic worms for whom he was responsible for the genocide of? For whom he was responsible for the genocide of? What the? Stupid sentence. Bad sentence. Language going. Senses falling apart. Those books get really weird. I've read that one. Heinlein's Starship Troopers is still anti-war, but it goes against it in a radically different way. The Starship Troopers movie is a critique of what the creators thought Starship Troopers was. Fascist, super pro-military, even though it wasn't that at all. Since there's still this on-running thought that Starship Troopers is like fascist and racist and stuff, even though all of Heinlein's book are written from perspectives that aren't his. Now, I wouldn't argue, unless you're going to draw the allegory for racism over the bugs kind of thing. I wouldn't argue that it was necessarily a racist movie. I think it's certainly the fascistic part of it. Certainly that's a definite theme. But I mean, you've got to look at the other films in Verhoeven's canon, right? I mean, it's a variable lot. I mean, RoboCop, yes. Starship Troopers, yes. Showgirls, maybe not so much. So he can't hit every single ball out of the park, can you? To use a metaphor from a sport I don't understand. Funny that Games Workshop protected their lore jealously, but then they just destroy original Warhammer like only us can shit on our lore. Yes, that is what's weird. They were so litigious and so aggressive for the wrong things as well. They weren't you didn't hear about them litigating against people who'd pirated their models or stolen IP. It was just people making fan movies and stuff, and that's not what you want to do. When people start making fan movies and, sending art into streams and stuff like that, I mean, that's something you really want, isn't it? That's something you want to celebrate. I haven't read Ender's Game, says Can of Soda. I've only listened to the audiobooks, so I suppose that counts as reading it, doesn't it? The elves are onto us. They're pumping neurotoxin into your home. Oh, I hope that's not what's causing me. I think it's probably just tiredness, though. It's 12:20. I've been streaming for an hour and a half, so, a little bit of tiredness is going to slip in. A little bit. Eventually, I'll start sagging like this and slurring my words, but not yet. There's still a little bit of life in the old dog yet. With the books, the allegory of racism is towards the bugs and the skinnies both being an XP for communism and thus Asians. Oh, I see. Intriguing. Maybe I'll take a look at the Starship Troopers books. I remember the guy who really tried to sell them to me before. His big takeaway was the dogs, that they've got a psychically bonded war dog or something. Maybe it was a robot dog. I'm not entirely sure, but he was so hot for those dogs. The actual books aren't about fascism, really. They're specifically about the idea of a selective vote by people who have proven they're willing to die for their country, which is basically fascism, but kind of different. It's like a flavour of fascism, isn't it? It's got a lot of the hallmarks. It smells fascist, definitely. I mean, maybe on a technical level it isn't, but it feels a bit like it, doesn't it? It feels a bit like that. It's just service for status. The Romans did the same. They did indeed. Click if you want to learn more. Longest living dwarf fortress. Well, Schmeliork, assuming you mean me personally. Oh shit. I would have to say I don't actually know, because I very rarely follow the dates. I don't really pay attention to how old my fortress is. I should probably, but I don't. Although this is at 427 right now, and we've started somewhere at the 200, so this potentially could be the longest fort I've ever had. Because it can't be 200 years old, this fortress. That's insane. We'll see. We'll figure it out at some point. And also, welcome back, Schmeliork. Thanks for joining us. There's also a fact that a lot of stuff Heinlein says in it is just strictly true. It's just in weird interpretations of it. Like the whole all power comes from the threat of violence spiel. That's just true. That is... I think there were exceptions. I'm sure there are forms of power that don't come directly from violence, unless you want to take the sort of the Zizekian interpretation of violence to include not just physical aggressive, but physical violence. Because I mean, if you go to the sort of the broad definition of violence, as someone like an anarchist might understand it, I mean, that might be true, but I'm sure there's sources of power that don't result from violence. There must be. Indentured moon workers revolting against Earth and eventually huge space battles. Okay, why not? Sounds good. Maybe we should do a science. I should put one of the rooms in the Discord aside for recommending books and stuff. We could see what goes on. People might find some new gems to read. Who knows? The logic that Heinen uses is that all non-violent solutions are backed by violence and thus are violence. True. Possibly. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to think about that one. I'll have a little cogitate. See if I can think of a counter to that stance. Intriguing. Moon is a harsh mistress. Okay. Oh, now, just slightly tangential. If you haven't seen the movie Moon with, oh, God, the guy, he's in Jojo Rabbit at the moment, and he was in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as Zaphod Beeblebrox. Something Rock. Is it Rock? Sam Rockwell, that's the one. Yes, very good movie, well worth a check. I tried to watch Ad Astra the other day, but I fell asleep. I'll have to go and give it another look, see what it's like. 'Cause it's pretty, but slow. There we go. Anyway, let's not get distracted by chat. Let's get back into things and see what's going on. What was that last announcement? They've begun their mysterious construction. Excellent. Was that whole little tangent completely paused? Oh, man. I might actually be pretty bad at this game. I'm not sure. Let's go and have a look at our spiky trap corridor and see how pokey things have got. Okay, looks relatively pokey. Let's begin doing that pattern that we were warned about. Was it Ocelot who said that? Ocelot should be in bed. It can't have been Ocelot who said that. Who said that? Build trap and then a cage trap. Oh, it's C. Sorry, for some reason I thought it was J. What we'll do is a cage trap there. Bang. Another cage trap here. Bang. Another cage trap there. Another cage trap there. Another cage trap there. Here we go. I think you're beginning to see the pattern. And I think this is the pattern that I was told to use. I could be wrong, but I think this is the one. This is going to be a slaughterhouse. Absolutely mind-numbing violence. But that's okay, that's kind of what we're after. There we go. I was also going to put a drawbridge in this corridor, wasn't I? Oh, we've run out of mechanisms. Now there's a new bottleneck. We'll let those get made up. And theoretically, all the new mechanisms will be of higher quality because the mechanic has trained up. The mechanic. What am I talking about? What on earth am I babbling about? So, traps are going in. Everything seems good. We seem to have moved the rock corpse out. Although, having said that, there's a lot of arms and armour sitting in those traps. Let me have a peek with the mouse. What's going on there? Serrated green glass disc, orthoclase mechanisms. What am I seeing that is represented by that piece of clothing? Maybe if I put DBC and just reclaim everything in that area, maybe they'll pick up some of this bullshit. And what's this here? What's this lying on the floor? A copper shield? Why is that still there? That should be being put into the melty pile. It's not like we don't have a ton of... Oh, idlers. Vukar Ermzaz fish dissector has created Megidodom, a hazelwood ring. He offers it to the Grand City. Let's have a little look at what Megidodom looks like. Slide cloistered. Ooh, a hazelwood ring. It's worth 62 grand, so it's not chump change. This is a hazelwood ring. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is studded with silver, decorated with walnut wood, and encircled with bands of hazelwood and round, brilliant-cut bone opals. This object menaces with spikes of llama wool. On the item is an image of Sarvesh Glove Sounds, the dwarf and dwarves in Hazelwood. Sarvesh Glove Sounds is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates... excuse me, I breathed in a bit of spit there on the word artwork. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Sarvesh Glove Sounds to the position of king of the brushed paints in 1. On the item is an image of an emerald-cut gem in mica. On the item is an image of a birch in pig iron. On the item is an image of Snowdub Monsterfolded, the dwarf, in rockbone. On the item is an image of a horse in goose leather. Very nice. Very intricate. That's a very, very busy looking ring. A lot of stuff in it. Normally I don't approve of jewellery, but in this instance, good work. Good work. Hard science space battles in low gravity. Oh, a friend of mine, my longest friend ever, actually, based on Mars, he was recommending books by, what was his name? I've never, something Thomas something, or is it? Am I thinking of Paul Thomas Anderson? Not. What was his name? It'll come to me if I let it go. If I let it go, it'll come to me. What's out there to kill? Not much at the moment, chaps. We haven't got very good... I love hard sci-fi too. Well, I didn't realise I was wasting the rock bone. I mean, what can you do with the rock bone? Is it? I would have thought it was decoration would have been its primary use, right? What's this guy doing here? Beardster, what are you doing? He's making a rock pot out of granite. Of course he is. Of course he is. Oh, the dwarf. Okay. Sorry. I thought I was being admonished, but it turns out it was a purely admonishment by proxy via the medium of dwarf. Okay. So it looks like we've got a ton of shit in this stockpile here that just isn't getting moved. So we need to sort out some of our stockpiles. Sorry, did you see that? Did you see that phase out for a second? The brain just completely shut down. I'm going to make an anvil stockpile. Not with that button, obviously. That would be the wrong one. I'm guessing anvils are furniture. And I'm guessing we've got quite a few of them. So I'm going to do a 2, 3, 4 by 4. Let's do a 4 by 5. We might have more than would fit in a 4x4. Let's press S for settings. Go to furniture. Go to type. Let's turn all of these off. Forbidden. And then we go down to look for the anvils. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? There's our anvil stockpile. Hopefully people will now come up to here and start moving them out of the trade zone. Why do we have buckets and shit in there as well? Am I missing something? There are no merchants. Okay, so everything in there is ours. Is it forbidden? Buckets, parchment... Better tall band. Oh, we've got a shitload of books, haven't we? Maybe we should get round to building a library. It's not like we don't have a population that warrants it. We've got 78 dwarves living here. Question mark. Okay. Well, I'm just looking at this little room here and wondering what it was for. Oh, it was for trap components, wasn't it? I was just going to put the serrated green glass discs and the cages in here. That's a good idea, scoundrel. Why don't you do that now? I think I will. Weapons. P. Weapons. And then... No, that's not how it works. You don't do it like that, scoundrel. Come on. Don't be a Dickens. Oh no, I don't want weapons in that one. I want... that's cages. Right, so change settings... we want weapon / traps / comps. What's comps? Let's forbid leather. We don't need leather. D. Denied. There we go. Weapon traps. Enable. We don't want weapons. Let's forbid those. Trap components we do want, but we only want spiked balls. No, we only want large serrated discs and menacing spikes. That's what we want in there. And then we'll make another stockpile over here, which I believe is an animal stockpile that we keep cages in, right? And that only needs to be 3 by 3, because then that'll have enough cages for every single trap that's nearby. Excuse me. Shit. There we go. Change settings. Cages. Can you do that? No, that's not an animal stockpile. That wasn't what I was thinking of. Okay. Well, in that case, off here, disable cages. Looking furniture, is that it? Is this where cages are? Cages. Cage. Cages. Where are you, cages? Show yourselves. I don't see cages. Apparently they're not in here. Is that reaching out for help? I am. Is that someone telling me where they are? Animals. Yeah, I've seen them put cages in. Ah, okay, so it is animals. All right. Enable. And then we go to the bottom. Oh, you empty cages. Okay. Right. So this allows empty cages. Fantastic. But does it allow... Can I block all the animals? I mean, if I just do... There we go. That should do it. That should just put empty cages in. Which means I should be able to go to the hospital and here, and then take the settings, change that, and say no empty cages. There we go. No empty animal traps. There we go. And then hopefully they'll move all of the spare cages out, even though that was a great place to store them. Shit. Yeah, here they come. Look, they're taking all the fresh cages out and putting them up here. That's fine, though. We do have another stockpile for cages and discs down here, I believe. There we go. P. Let's make that an animal cage one. And we'll do it like that. Bingo. And then... what was the next one? It was traps and weapons, wasn't it? W. There we go. In you go, and then we'll set these straight. So S, forbid, no, D for disable. Oh, we have to enable it, and then we block all, and then we go down to U, empty cages. That's the one. And then to here, S, and then we want to change it from wood, which for some reason is now apparently what we were supposed to have in here, and we want to go to weapons and trap components. Enable, and we want forbid weapons, and we want trap components, but we do not want giant axe blades, we don't want enormous corkscrews, we don't really want spiked balls, we just want serrated discs and menacing spikes, and that should be all we need, fingers crossed. And then hopefully they'll load these traps to darn sight quicker. How are our crafts dwarves doing with wood? It looks like we've still got plenty of wood available, so there's no need to worry about that. Hopefully some fresh non-fruit bearing trees have grown. Fingers crossed. Because then we'll have a nice supply of wood. If everything that grows up is fruit bearing, it's going to be a problem. Ooh, look, we had just enough space in the anvil stockpile. Or did we? There may be more anvils incoming. We'll have to see. Is it worth now having this stockpile for serrated green glass discs? I don't think it is, to be honest. Let's have a look at this bin. Yeah, iron spike my arse. We're going to get rid of this stockpile. We don't need it anymore. It can all go. So, not there. This one here. Bosh, done. Now, what was in here? This is for spiked balls, isn't it? And it's auto trade, so we'll leave that there. We'll leave that there, and it will be fine. No need to panic. No need to worry. Doors and beds. Let's go to the bedrooms and place a few of those bad boys, shall we? I think everyone will appreciate a nice door on their bedroom. BD. Here we go. Door placing with the mouse. Clicky, clicky. Clicky, 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 you lover of mothers. There we go. Proper bedrooms. They all need to be made into bedrooms now, don't they? Yes, scoundrel. They do. Okay, enter. 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 Jesus, this is slow. Enter. 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 Lovely. And are there any more without doors? Because those are the ones that need doors. This bed apparently isn't getting placed for some reason. Screw your suspensions. Are there any rooms that don't have beds in? Yes, there are. Look down here. Build bed. There we go. We'll pop these in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's already one in there. So that's should be one left over after that, but we'll see. Can I designate rooms? No, not until the actual beds are in place. Boo. Boo, I say. Let's put more doors on. Actually, no, let's leave the doors off, because if we have the doors off and the beds in, it just makes it easier to designate the rooms if the doors stay off for now. Oh, this one hasn't been done. Shit. Oh, wait, these haven't even got doors on. Cancel. There we go. This one's got a door on it. Enter. There we go. And that one. Fantastic. These bedrooms are all done, I take it. Lovely. These over here. These here. Lovely. Up here. Up there. Here. Not done yet. Okay, we'll do this row. That's fine. Let's do that. R, enter. 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 I'm devolving. I'm going into more simplistic forms of my letters. Okay, here we go. Okay, we don't have enough beds for everybody, but we're getting there. Excuse me. There's certainly a lot more beds available than there were. Okay. How's our military going? I don't see much training going on here. I see a lad coming in and looking at the weapon stockpile and then running out again. That's not what I want to see. I'm just going to go to Dwarf Therapist and take a look at the military screen. Squad. Here we go. They ain't looking all that, to be fair. I think we need to figure out a new training schedule to actually get them to train. Here it goes. M. S for schedule. Currently, they train with 6 minimum. There are 7 in the squad, so maybe we just need to... I don't know. I don't know. They should be doing it, right? Maybe they're just at a party. Maybe they're just at a party. Oh. The world has passed into the age of legends. Good, I think. Is that good? I think that's good. A few copper bookshelves sound great. That's not a bad idea. We should get that sorted. Put that lazy bookbinding arsehole Japs to work. You know he's just laying about. I've never actually made books in Dwarf Fortress. Or paper or anything like that. So we need to put in the whole production line. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Come on, save. The game's frozen while I'm saving, so I apologise if I sit here doing fuck all. Maybe your killing of the rock triggered the age change. Is that what happens? You kill the legendary animals and you end into you end the age of myth? Is that what happened? Were we in the age of myth? I think we were. We've got a dead turkey. It's not a promising sign. What's our steel stockpile looking like? Stockpile, rather. S-T-E-E-L. Steel, there we go. 8 bars. It's not a great count, but looking at this, it looks like we've got pretty decent steel gear now. I'm going to go and look at the military equipment. Everybody's got all their gear, right? Yes. Except for this guy Dakost, who I haven't assigned a weapon yet. We'll do that now. He was a spear boy, I remember. Spears, bingo, there we go. You can have a spear. I'm sure you'll be fine with it. Absolutely dandy. Excuse my finger clicking. Mega Beasts are linked to ages. I didn't know that. There's so much about Dwarf Fortress I've got absolutely zero clue about. Like for the longest time I had no inkling of how farming worked, and then suddenly it all just clicked into place and everything was fine und dandy. Okay, let's go down to the trap corridor for the caverns. Looks like the cage traps are going in nicely. Very happy with that. And let's build trap component upright weapon, and we'll start popping them in there. Oh no, it's alright, we've got menacing green glass spikes. I got confused for a second. I thought we only had wooden training weapons, like some kind of disgusting group of elves. A disgusting group of elves. Intriguing. No, we don't want that. Nah, get out of here. Z, deselect, boom, you're gone. There we go, menacing green glass spikes all the way. That's what we want. We want this place being very jabby, very sharp. That's the kind of thing we're looking for. D, and then we can place another one in there. Hooray! And that leaves us with 3, which is fine. I'm sure we'll be able to fill in the rest. They'll get there. They'll be made. Okay, go down to the production area where they're being done. I'm seeing... It looks to me like sand gets stored in the bottom left. The right-hand side is the empty bags and all that gypsum plaster's sitting up the top. Now, they don't seem to be really getting a stockpile of sand built up. They're just using it hand to mouth. It's going straight in and being made into like spinning discs and spikes and that kind of carry-on. And it also looks like we're only using one of the the glass forges at a time. It's not a glass forge, is it? It's a glass furnace? I think it's a glass furnace. Okay. Things in here aren't looking too bad, actually. The steel situation is definitely coming along nicely. Apparently our entire military is kitted in full steel armour, which is very good. What else can we do here? What else can we do? I might need to take a break in a minute. It's 1:45 in the morning. Then again, how long have I been streaming for? 2 hours? Maybe I should just push through for a bit. Maybe I should just push through a little bit later and have a snack and a drink afterwards. That's probably the best bet. I am starting to feel tired. I'm worried that if I take a break, I'll come back afterwards and just be like, oh, you can afford to sleep now. And nobody wants that. Although, do let me know if you can actually hear the rumbling of my stomach, because maybe that should be an indicator that I should eat. Maybe I should get a snack or some kind of food. Right, the trap components seem to be being ferried away from this stockpile for some reason. What's the deal with that? Now they're coming in, and then they're going out again. I am quite confused, it must be said. Anyway, regardless. Oh, we can empty out this. We don't need this to be a dormitory anymore, do we? Let's get rid of all these beds. And maybe make another barracks. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Make another barracks. Even though we don't have enough dwarves in our first military squad. It'd be nice to get a second barracks going, though, because that gives us a few more options. Gives us a few more options as to how we approach things. And it might even let us put in some kind of patrolling system if we get enough dwarves. Maybe I should wait for the next migration wave. That's going to give us a nice recruitable set of bodies. And if we get a couple of peasants, we can bung them in the military, can't we, that we've already got. Actually, we need 3, don't we? Yes, we've got 7, so we need 3 more. That should be good. Should be good. Oh, it's gone very quiet in chat. Have they all finally fled now? As my strange tangential nonsense put everybody off? That's okay. That's okay. Sand. I'm kind of, you know those moments in Dwarf Fortress where things are running along okay and you're kind of not sure what to do next? You don't want to poke the thing too much in case it falls over, but there are still little hanging bits to do. Probably some more stockpile rationalisation would go a long way, wouldn't it? Let's look at the items we've got sitting in that stockpile here. What have we got? Rhyolite clay, silty clay, parchment sheet. You know what? Let's put a clay stockpile in. We've never done that before. I've never really used clay. Let's come down here. We're going to need to dig out another room for it because stupidly I haven't allowed for it. Let's do that. Let's get this here and we'll do a shift room. We'll just do like a bump like that. Put another door on there. Bingo. Done. And we'll make a nice little clay stockpile. It's good to get our miners working because by the looks of things in the ore pile, they've really only been digging out a bit of copper and gold. And frankly, that's unacceptable. We need iron. That's what we're looking for. Is that a corpse in that cage? Apparently. Yes. Strodno Olongotsu's corpse. Okay. And it's covered in goblin sweat. Disgusting. Oh, and goblin blood. I'm guessing that's a goblin, right? I'm guessing there's a dead goblin in that cage. I don't know how we get it out, but we'll see what happens. Ooh, the cage traps are nearly all in. And the spike traps look like they're in too. Very nice. You know what? I might cancel the order for serrated green glass discs. How many of those have we got? in stock? Let's find out. Z stocks, ESERRA. Oh, this tells us all the ones in traps as well, doesn't it? That looks like a good number. We'll just stick to the numbers, the profile we set. Otherwise, we're going to get confused. I'm not going to start jiggering around with the amounts of stuff we're keeping in stock. So we can't make pig iron or steel at the moment. I'm guessing that's a lack of iron in the base of things. Yeah, this is no good. We need to make copper bookcases. I'm going to make the order for those through here because I don't need to keep a stockpile of them. BOOKC. There we go. Iron bookcase. No, copper bookcases. That's what we want. And 10 of them should be plenty for a library. Plenty. Right, here's our stockpile for clay. Does it have its own clay stockpile? Does it? Is that how it works? Or does it go into bags or bar blocks or something? Clay. I have been in the zone. Totally focused, chaps. Putting a dwarf in steel armour if he has no armour skill will reduce them to a crawl and they get exhausted in combat. Do you have any leather for light training armour? I should have leather. But I haven't made any leather armour. Interesting. What am I doing here? Depends on his strength too. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. They're in armour for now, and if they turn out to be balls, then we'll change that. We'll sort it out. I'm going to guess it's in boxes and bags, right? Which isn't there. What? Custom stockpile, food, coins, refuse, animals, furniture, corpses, stone, gems, cloth, ammo, finished goods. Huh. Clay surely must be a thing somewhere, right? Is it bars and blocks? Alright, we'll do the clay stockpile another time, because at the moment it's making my head hurt thinking about it, so we won't do that. We'll set the library up instead. So it's not this floor, because this is the hospital/prison. Maybe we make the library on the same floor, though? Could be. Hello, what have we zoomed to? Tell me. Oh, Flipvine, you've had a baby. Congratulations. I mean, I don't really care about dwarven babies that much, but congratulations nonetheless. Let's put our library near the cemetery. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. Oh, it's hard to say. You know what? Maybe we will put it near the cemetery. It seems like a good enough place. Dig here. Go. Room there. And we'll make it about yay big. Boom, that'll do. There's your library. Sorted, yes. What kind of blocks have we got, I wonder? Part of me wants to start making obsidian blocks so we can end up with a nice obsidian tavern outside the gate. Do I want to do that, though? Do I really want a tavern outside the gate? Because it's going to get ripped up every time the gobbos come, isn't it? Then again, it's a good place for the monster hunters to hang out, so... There's always doggo daycare. Intriguing. I don't actually have any dogs for doggo daycare. Not that I actually understand what you're saying. I'm assuming it involves dogs. That kind of makes sense. But, you know, not everything has to make sense, apparently. Okay. Cavern's gone very quiet, hasn't it? Since that rock turned up, it seems like everybody else has decided to just not bother. Oh, there's probably nothing there. A giant bird came along and started, pecking everything. I don't think we can do anything about it. Build. Oh, sorry. Build. Trap. That's a gem window. That's not what we want. I want trap. That's a table. That's a trap. And upright spikes. Here we go. Let's pop one there. Lovely. Where are they? There we go. Menacing green glass spikes. Brilliant. Done. And then we pop another one in there. More green glass spikes, please. Thank you. And then we'll pop one more in here. And then once a few more of these gone in, I think it'll be worth linking them up to the lever. I'm hoping this gets done before the next invader. We'll see how it works out. Lock babies in a 1x1 room with weak animals. The crabbed conditions forces fights, so the dwarf baby actually trains or dies. Choose really weak animals like ducklings, or if you're a brave baby, kittens. You don't want to be fighting kittens. They've got sharp claws. You'll end up with a lot of one-eyed, no-eyed, hair-lipped babies. And they won't be born with hair lips. They'll be born with perfectly good lips and just ripped apart by cats. Oh, horrible way to go, being ripped apart by cats. Not that I'm experienced, of course. Not that I'm aware. Hello, Sanctum Spirit Stone. Welcome back. Your dwarf, I believe, still lives in this fortress. So fingers crossed they'll live a bit longer. Have a happy and full life. Okay, let's pop down here. They've dug out the bookcases. They've dug out the library, is the right word. Maybe I should set some smoothing. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? We could smooth off some walls. The dining hall could do with a bit of a smooth. We've done the offices. Let's do that. B. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with the library. I'm going to make the library a smooth room. There we go. B. No, it's D. D. What's smooth stone? S. There we go. And all I have to do is do this. There we go. And that should all get smooth. Won't that be a jolly jape? And then once that's done, we'll whack some bookcases in and Bob's your uncle. Library. So we've got a hospital, we've got a library. Well, we're getting a library. We should make a tavern as well, but don't really think we've got the space here for it. I suppose I could dig into over here and build a tavern sort of round this way, on the outside of the traps, but on the inside of the bridge. That would keep all the tavern goers safe, relatively speaking. Maybe not, though. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. Druidsmead knows what the fuck he's talking about, apparently. Well, it seems like it. He seems to understand the intricacies of doggy daycare. That makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, safe indoor fortress terms, rather than an absolute value of safe. That's not something many of your dwarves are going to bollocks. The Cyclops Tekwil Ramaluth Zoku Atra has come. A giant humanoid monster with a single eye set in its excuse me, forehead. Blimey, burping away. Let's find this little lad. Where's he gone? Surely he's not on this screen here. You, others. We'll zoom to him. Oh, there he is. And let's click a follow. Actually, let's not follow him yet. We have to take measures to protect our fortress. The measures will be thus. M. A. There we go. We turned the alert on. Oh, God, my brain was shutting down for a minute there. So they're all going to charge inside. Try and get away from old One Eye. Blue single eye, teardrop is falling from your single eye. Let's follow him again. Z, F, there we go, and watch where he goes. He's buggering about halfway up the mountain at the moment. Oh no, he's making a beeline straight for our little enterprise. Not optimal. So, anybody outdoors? Do I even close it? Do I want him to come in and step in the traps, or do I want to just lock him out and then let the fortress abide for a while? You know what? Let's test the traps, right? Let him in. Let's just sit here. Everybody's rushed in. Everybody's gone down to the old dining hall. He's scared a cat. He's scared a bird. That's fine. He's lost interest. Come on. In you come. Into the fortress. Have a little walk. Have a little wander around. See what you find. You might like it in there. Maybe you'd like to step on one of our very cunningly disguised spinning blade traps. That sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Don't kill the cat. Oh dear. They're low intelligence creatures. He feels like he needs to go to war with a cat, but whatever. I imagine he's probably eating it right now, isn't he? Sitting there, gently peeling back the skin like a banana and just chomping down on the tailbone. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Here we go. This is the proof, as they say, is in the pudding. Will my traps kill a cyclops? Oh, brilliant. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. To stop looking at what I liked. Unib Shemuka, armourer, looses a roaring laughter. Fell and terrible. This is a bad news. This means he's going to murder somebody and then make an item out of them. But, you know, depending on who he kills, this could be interesting. Let's follow. He's gone straight through the crowd. He must have a victim in mind. He must have pre-selected his target like a twisted serial killer and is now heading off to try and get hold of them. Get hold of their body. Or maybe he's just waiting for a secluded moment where he can kill someone without being spotted. Oh look, he's going straight for the butcher's workshop. Or is it the tanner's workshop? I can't be sure. It's the butcher's. In he goes. Okay, so does he claim the workshop before doing the murder? I'm not seeing any claimancy. Okay, he's on the move again. Let's watch him. Let's see what's going on with old Unib Plank Waved. Is he about to murder somebody? About to do somebody a mischief? Holy shit, there's a Cyclops wandering around. Fuck, pause. Okay, he's not been tempted in. He's not been pulled to the traps. Get away, silly goose. Get away. Don't lure him back out. Here we go. He's on the traps. There's some blood. That's a good sign. He's on the traps again. There's more blood. Let's look at the combat reports. See what tales they tell. Nice. He's looking sick. He's still on the trap. The glass blades have caused 10 pages worth of attacks. Very nice. I like it a lot. Let's keep it going. Slice that boy. Slice that boy good. Oh, is he already dead? No? Yeah, he's dead. Okay, so let's go back to the military screen, go back to the announcements, turn the siege announcement off and go down here and wait for whichever poor son of a bitch gets murdered by our fell mood dwarf. It's this one, right? There he is. Unib Plank Waved. Still not quite able to commit his dastardly murder. Is that what he's trying to do though? Or is he trying to look for something else? Oh, he's done it. He's bonked someone over the noggin. It doesn't look like the rest of the fortress have taken this lightly, though. Is he still alive? He's fine. Apparently he's got his corpse. He's taking it to the butcher's. He's taking it in. I'm going to do a quick refresh. We had 78 adults, 4 children and 1 vulnerable baby. And now we have, to be expected, 77 adults, 4 children and 2 vulnerable babies. Oh me, oh my. Is he actually doing the work, or is he looking for stuff he can't have? Let's have a little look at what he's saying in there. Apparently nothing. Apparently he's working on his little creation, so we'll see what he comes up with. Well, I feel like we should have had it mentioned that he'd begun construction if he had. It would be nice. It would be nice if we could have a little look at the have him make some armour. Yes, that would be good, but we can't guarantee it. There have been a lot of weapons created in this fortress during moods, but no armour yet, I don't think. Metalsmith, was that who died? Oh no. Hello, Angry Crab Man. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Apparently, crabs and clams, both people. Can someone fill you in on the fort? Yeah, we'll give you a little tour, I suppose. Why not? Let's do that. This fell mood boy is trouble, though. Is he actually doing his fell mood, or is he just buggering around in there? Hard to say. Hard to say. Legit or quit, indeed. Indeed. Very true. Very true. Old Brewis Ginley. A dwarf murders a dwarf for use in the artifact. Yeah, but they murdered him, but he doesn't seem to have actually done anything with it. Ah, well, if he goes and loses his marbles, we'll send our military in to finish him off. 92 frames a second. Well, down to 87, but still, it's high. Lots of lovely frames flying around. Delicious frames. tasty, tasty FPS. Okay, I get the feeling he's going to go nuts before he makes anything. So, what? What now? Migrants! Ah, perfect. Let's let them get onto the map. I don't actually see them. Where are they? Let's go and have a quick peek. Okay, it looks like they're all already on the map. It can't have been a big... Oh no, here they come. There's more of them. There's more. They're all just going straight up over here like that. That's why I couldn't see them. They're only spending a split second on the floor I was looking at. Oh God, I love this song. Beautiful. Anyway, sorry, getting a little bit carried away there. A Cyclops came and got sliced in a weapon trap. Murder for artistic inspiration. That is what's currently going on. That's currently what's happening. It better be a nice little bit of armour or something. I don't want no shit tier ring coming into my fortress. Oh God, it could actually be made out of a dwarf's ring. Disgusting. Right, let's go over to Dwarf Therapist and take a look at this new wave of dwarves who've joined us. Let's see what they do. So if I sort by migration wave, we had 77 adults, 4 children and 2 vulnerable babies. Let's see how that changes. 95 adults, 4 children and still 2 vulnerable babies. Oh, look at this. We've got 2 military boys, Hammer Dwarf and a Mace Dwarf. Unless they have superb skills in other arenas, they're going straight into my military. One is a cook and the other is a weaver. Dream weaver, I believe you could make some clothes tonight. Well, they're both going in the military. Don't give a shit about their day jobs. Sorry there, you've been recruited. Assigned to squad. There we go. And now you, assigned to squad. Swift trades. Very good. Now we commit. And that should leave us with 9 dwarves in the military, I believe. Could be wrong, but I think that's good. Let's take a look at them now as a group. See who's got any decent stats. A couple of low tier miners. Nothing interesting here. A level 13 trapper. We've not really used that. A couple of medical skills in there. Lye making. Meh. A little bit of cooking, armouring and metal crafting, not at levels I would want to have them working in my workshops. And then this skill here, weaving. Well, I think we could gently describe these as being a bit dog shit. But never mind. Let's check who's the best strong boy in the migrants. Hello. Level 81 strength. That's muscular at the very least. What about this one here? This is a nice range of across the board stats. 81 strength, 69 toughness. Amazing. That's the sexiest toughness I've ever seen. Endurance 76. You know what? Let me just check the military. Let me just make sure that we do have a space available. We do. And I am going to bung this bad lad, this mad Sassenach's going in there. There we go. Assigned to squad, the Swift Trades. Lovely. Commit the change. Go back to Dwarf Fortress, sorry. And check out military screen. What's going on there? Yep, the whole squad is now in. Brilliant. Who's got equipment? Come on, lads. Show me your equipment. This guy hasn't got any. He needs a weapon. This guy hasn't got a weapon or any armor. Cool. Okay, we'll wait till they select all their gear. Fingers crossed it'll get done quick. Have a little look here. Hello, Bergendorf. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. What is the name of this song? Orchimedes. It's one of the songs in this playlist of Simon Swerwer music from Sound Sense. So, check it out. Check it out. Whose skull gets to be the mayor's new drinking cup? Not sure. I'm not sure that's actually going to happen, because I think our mad boy is going to be super mad because he's just sitting there not doing shit. Can we view what he needs for his mood? I'm going to go into and type in mood. Mood is not a recognized command. View mood? No, it's not. Show mood. Thank you, Sanctum. Thank you. I'll get onto that. Show mood. There we go. Unib Shemukar is currently in a fell mood. He has claimed a butcher's shop and wants the following items. 1. Any murdered corpse. Quantity 1. Got 0. I think what happened was he murdered somebody and then the guy was immediately picked up and shuffled off into a coffin. So he never actually got the stuff he wanted from him. Because, you know, he could be a bit more proactive in his murderousness, couldn't he? Rather than just sitting there in the butcher's going, I killed him. Oh, why can't I have his body to make stuff out of? Oh. That's how he is. That's how he is. He's weeping theatrically. Is the door open? Maybe he's waiting for something outside or in the cave. Maybe, but it does say that he's looking for a murdered corpse. That's open. That's open. Yeah, we're fully open to the outside. We are not sealed off, which is good, isn't it? It's nice not being sealed off. What are they putting in these containers exactly? Have we made that many silver hammers? This could be an issue. Let's have a look at the weapon bin. Okay, crossbows? No, melt the bloody crossbows. What are you doing? Let's go to our stock screen. Z, stocks, weapons. Where are the weapons? Show me. There we go. Copper whip. Well, that can be melted. Boom. Iron battle axes. Melt, melt, melt. Steel battle axes. No. Melt. Horsebone battle axe. Can't melt that. That's impossible. Silver warhammers, I mean, we've got a lot of them, but we did make them, so there's no point melting those. Don't melt the steel stuff. Copper, bronze, silver, no, keep that, that's ours. Steel crossbows, they can be melted, we don't want them. Copper picks, though we can keep the picks. Silver longsword, nah, yeah, melt it. Iron scourge, melt that too. Silver scourge, copper, there we go, copper morning star, pearwood training axe. Can we designate those for melting so they actually get burnt? No, you can't designate them for melting. Never mind, it's fine. So, okay, where are we now? We've got all of our stockpiles for fixing and sorting traps set. We don't have a trade depot though, do we? We don't have a trade depot at all, so build capital D for Trade Depot, and we'll pop that in there. There we go, and we'll make it out of rhyolite because it's close. Easy peasy, very pleasant. Tingles all round. Sand is still very hand to mouth. Do we have all of the animals in our fortress currently in this area? G for grazers. Nope, we still need a rabbit, a baby llama, a cavy sow, and a stray reindeer calf for signed. But that's fine. That's fine. They're really only there to keep the grass from growing over the top of the sand. Okay, we need to get our miners otherwise engaged as well. We definitely need to find some iron. That's something that I'm getting a little bit worried about there not being enough of. Let's keep going further down, keep going further down, keep going. Okay, then we come down through our trap corridor here. Nice. Go down further. This goes past the cavern layer. There's not much other than gold down here. It's all very shit. Oh, hello. Anything over here? Got some form of doohickeys. Let's click on that. What is it? No, not like that. No, no. Tetrahedrite. Does that have iron in it? I'm not sure it does it? Still, though, let's do this. Oh, that is weak. That is a tiny little vein. Kind of vein you might expect to see in an eyeball. That's that small. Any other veins down here that we can deal with? Great big throbbing gem veins. Not throbbing. Gem vein. Those kind of veins don't throb. I don't know why I said that. It's disgusting. Okay. That's not as exciting as I'd hoped on this exploratory mining floor, but oh well, what can you do? Not much, really. Exhume that bad boy. Can we exhume them? I wonder? I wonder if you had a necro in a fell mood, if they'd raise the corpse while constructing with it. That's an interesting proposition. It could end up with the bizarre possibility of a living artifact item. Intriguing. I reckon one day that will be an implemented thing in Dwarf Fortress, but for now I feel like maybe that's an idea that slipped through the cracks. But we'll see. We'll soon find out. Magnetite, hematite, limonite are iron-bearing ores. No, not tetrahedrite. Boo! Hopefully he reads chat before the... Oh, okay. Quick. It's already paused. Don't panic. Exhume that bad boy. How do we do that, though? How do we do that? Let's check. Just go deeper, you say? It's always an option. Let's do that. Let's just go deeper. How far down do we need to go? Up, downstairs. We go down one here, down one there. That's that. And then we'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 floors. Lovely. We'll put in a little cavern baffle. Because why not? That's the kind of shit I like to do. Don't know what that's all about. It's like a weird, extra long lump of stuff, but okay. There we go. Little cavern baffle. Like that. And then further down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's probably dangerously deep. But never mind. We'll let it go. We'll let it ride. They'll dig it out. It's all good. Deconstruct the coffin. Okay, so we need to find who was murdered. Okay, so presumably through the justice screen? That's not this one, is it? Where's the justice screen? Justice. Building reports, announcement, designations, status. Is that the U button? I don't think it is it? Or is it? That's a unit list. Where the hell is status? There it is, Z. Duh. Okay, and then we need to look for justice. There we go. Disorderly contact. Was it Unib? Moral Erdibfrot. Udibrifrot. Okay, I thought he had frot in his name. That was weird. Orchimedes appears to have been hurt somehow. Murder. There we go. Murder of the Urvash. Witnesses say it was Unib Shemuka, but the injured party was Urvash Zesurvad. So Uvash Zesurvad. We need to go to the graveyard, which will be down here, and we need to look for the coffin of Uvad. I'm guessing if we start on this end and work our way down, we'll find him quickly-ish. Quicker than if we didn't. Uvad. Wow, we've got a lot of empty coffins. This feels good. Unusually good. There we go. Urvash the Metalfish. There he is. Resume. Remove building. Bang. Space. Resume. Let's see what happens here. Once he's dug out, somebody remove the building. Don't just pop him in a coffin next door. There we go. Boom. Excellent. Where's our murder boy? Is he out of his little room yet? He is. Look, he's off like a rocket. Here he comes. Let's follow him. Yay! It's not all bad. He'll get his marbles back. That's it. That's it. Kick that coffin over. Get that body in the butcher's shop and make me something gruesome. Lovely. Excellent. That's beginning the construction? Yes, it is. Fantastic. Can't wait to see it. I'm sure it'll be something very exciting. It'll give us all such wonderful, electrifying tingles. Tingles! Let's go down a bit. Let's find... Oh, hang on. Let's not go there. Here's where we go. Go down here, see if they dug the cavern baffle out yet. Not quite, but they're getting there. Digging down, we've got some gold, we've got some gemstones of some kind, very exciting. Let's see what we get down here. Some boring stone, more boring stone, more boring stone, more boring stone. Oh wow, it's boring stone all the way down. Oh, a bit of gold and whatnot. Nice. We don't really have much practical use for gold though. You can't make armour out of it. You can't make weapons out of it. What are you going to do? Maybe we should elaborately adorn all of our armour. Maybe that's the thing. Ah, shit, there's a second cavern layer I hadn't anticipated. You have discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. Okay, that's... good job we put the cavern baffle on there, frankly. Otherwise, we could have had some serious issues. I'm hoping there's not too much candy down here yet, but we'll see what happens. I'm also hoping that my dwarves don't all pour down here in an attempt to cut down all the trees. Or giant mushrooms, whatever they are. That would be a problem. Oh man, we've now got 2 connected caverns from that corridor. It shouldn't be too bad though. It's not like we don't have a shitload of traps being fitted, right? What the hell is this? Upright menacing green glass spike traps. Oh, they've stopped being yellow X's. Well, that was confusing. Let's build some more of these spike traps because frankly, if we don't, we're going to be in trouble. Build trap, capital S. There we go. Upright weapons. Pop that in there. Give me some sweet menacing green glass spikes. And we're away. Done. Lovely. Another one. Thank you. Pop that in there. Cool. We can get a load of these in. This is going to be a lovely little corridor. I've never done this before. Like the whole like trap operated by levers. It's never really something that I've actually looked into. I'm quite excited to see how it pans out. I've only ever seen it done by others, specifically Crugsmash in, I think, Honeystoker. But I forget. Maybe it was that one, maybe it was another one. Pretty sure it was Honeystoker though. Capital S. Just in case you're a proper Dwarf Fortress noob and you don't know, Crugsmash makes the best YouTube Dwarf Fortress videos, bar none. Check them out. Well worth a look. Krugsmash, I think.
I think it's his name. I'm not sure.
Armourer killing metalsmith. Blacksmith rivalry. Oh my god. It probably is. That's probably why he chose him in particular. He's like, I'm going to kill this guy. Good for tables and bookshelves or mugs. Interesting. What did I... This fortress, I'm not entirely sure how old it is. Does anybody in chat know what the founding date was? It was 200 something, I think. Could be wrong though. Could be wrong. Chalk chert, claystone, conglomerate, dolomite, limestone, mudstone, rock salt, sandstone, siltstone and shale. Seal it off if the FPS drops significantly. Each cavern adds a load of pathing options. Ah, good idea. Not a bad idea at all. Look for those rocks. Hopefully you'll find iron in them. Oh, I see. So those are the rocks in which you'll find the veins. Interesting. What have we got here? Gabbro. That's not on the list. Chalk chert. I'm going to... If I move the pointer to the edge. There we go. Diorite. Native gold, diorite. Am I going down or up? I'm going down. It's all diorite, 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 native gold. Yep, sure. What's over here? I'm guessing it's a shitload of diorite. Gabbro. Okay, gabbro, 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 hey. Native gold. This is not dug out yet, but it's going to be gabbro. Native gold, gabbro, native gold. Open space. Not ideal. I don't see any of those stones yet, but we'll get there. We'll find some iron, and if we don't find iron, we can always trade for it. It's always an option. Always an option. Always an option. Trade for your iron or your steel or anything else you want, really. Spiked wooden balls and spiked metal balls are very OP. Let's have a look at chat. I only generate worlds with 1 cavern layer to help with FPS. I think this only has 2 cavern layers, this world. I think I generated this one with the same idea in mind. Hallway of bee stingers was a good theme. Oh, yes, that would be nice. That would be nice if I could actually harvest. I mean, if in this game you can harvest an entire barrel of bumblebee venom, I don't think it's that outlandish to have a trap filled with bee stings. Although I think the specific thing that I mentioned was actually a swimming pool full of wasps. I said skin the elf and throw him into a swimming pool full of wasps. Live, preferably, although I understand how difficult it would be to keep live wasps in a swimming pool. I mean, maybe you could put some kind of cover over it, but they're still going to be getting out. They'll find cracks. Wasps are like that. Oh, gold is good for those things. Ah, yes, that's not a bad idea, actually. I could use up a bit of the old gold, couldn't I? Let me just have a quick reference to your list again. What did you say? Good for tables and bookshelves or mugs. Yeah, maybe we'll make some gold of those things. Or can I decorate stuff with gold? I would like steel armour decorated finely with gold. That would be amazing. It might be over 200 years old. I'm not sure though, Burgundurf. That does seem somewhat unlikely, doesn't it? Hello, Nunchaku Chaku. Welcome back to the stream. You could do a prospect all on DF Hack to see if any exists without revealing all. That's not a bad idea. You basically never find iron outside of the surface sedimentary layer. Yeah, I must admit, I don't find a shitload of iron. I'm going to do a prospect. I'm not going to do a prospect all, just prospect. Ah, sorry, I'm doing prospect all. Here we go, let's see what it tells me. It's taking a second, it's thinking about it. No, it's not, it's because I didn't type it in right. Prospectall, is that what it wants, all one word? No. It's prospect space all. There we go, that's given it. I'm going to quickly put this list in front of me so I can see. We've got firelight, silt loam, sandy clay, sand black, rhyolite, gneiss, andesite, granite, marble, schist, dacite, slate, basalt, quartzite, obsidian, gabbro, diorite and slade. Okay, let's have a look at our ores. Native gold, tetrahedrite, galena, native copper, hematite, that's an iron ore, native silver, sphalerite, raw adamantine, of course, malachite, native aluminium, and bismuthintite. Bismuthintite? It looks like hematite's my only real option, and we appear to have 19,463 of those between Z levels 93 and 138. So that means between here and up. Okay, so this area here is where the iron is. Okay, let's cut some exploratory tunnels. They don't have to be massive. Just need to be big enough to sort of give us a transect of what's going on here. Transect, is that the right word? Feels like a wrong word. Let's do it vertically as well. There we go. Sod it, just do like that. And then we'll do like this. Lovely. It won't happen immediately, but it'll be a nice discovery once we come back to it. Let's unpause the map. Check to see how our butcher boy's going. Still working on his project, I see. Very nice. Why has the fortress paused? What's going on here? Please don't crash. Oh god, please don't crash. Everything okay? Oh no, this isn't looking good. 3 to 4 years. Jigsaw level shit. It's too high concept for Jigsaw. He wouldn't spend ages using a pair of tweezers pulling out wasp stingers to make weapons, would he? That's madness. He'd make some elaborate mechanical device. Fairly dwarfy guy, that actually, isn't it? The guy from the Saw movies. Were there deep metals in the embark location? There were, I think. Both deep and shallow. Yes, Tidy seems to agree. Stud, armour and weapons for gold. Ah, okay. Okay, that's good. I can do that. Once this freeze is stopped. Please be a save that's just not being notified. Come on. Come on, don't do this to me. I don't want to crash. I haven't saved once, although we have had an autosave or two, so that's not too bad. Just don't look at the screen, scoundrel. Just look at the chat and comfort yourself that people are here with you to hold your little hand and say, "Don't worry, scoundrel, it's only a crash." Free armour trimming here. Any armour trimmed for free. Very nice. Golden trim. Transection. Yes, that's what I'm looking for, not transect. Saw a YouTuber talking about a fan theory that Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone grew up to be Jigsaw. Ooh, I like that. That's a nice little theory. Come on, game. Don't fuck me over. Just save. Oh, please save. So frozen. Thank you, Japs. Much appreciated. Oh, yes, Sylvester Stallone. His name's not Macaulay Culkin. He's Sylvester Stallone. Sylvcorley McCloney? Oh, my God, that's a very, very tortured name. I take it you never played RuneScape. Armour trimming is basically stealing it, then logging off. Oh, no, I never played RuneScape. That one passed me by. I always assumed the trim was the edging bit. You know, on a Space Marine's pauldron or shoulder pad, is that what they're called? Pauldrons? They have like that little rim around it. I always thought that was the trim. Also, I think it's also a rather misogynistic name for a vagine. Interesting. They use it quite a bit in the Warriors movie. Warriors, come out to play. Great movie. Very good movie. Come on, I'm getting a bit worried now. This appears to have been frozen for too long. Should I close other things in the background to attempt to make it work, or what? Part of me thinks maybe I should stop recording for the YouTubers, because this is already a 2-hour, 40-minute video, so the chances of people watching it all the way through are fairly slim. It is indeed a decorative thing. I have a horrible feeling this might be the end of the stream. Let's go and have a look at Dwarf Therapist while we're waiting for the game to load up. We may as well. There's nothing else we can do. I don't think we can even make any changes in Therapist, can we? If we sort by nothing, let's have a look and see if anybody catches our attention militarily. We've got a full squad now, actually. Let's sort by squad. There we go. They're not great, but they're also not nothing. Well, not all of them are nothing. We've got a very decent Mace Dwarf and a very decent Swords Dwarf. It would be nice to have more. There's not really much we can do. The game is still frozen in the background. I have a very bad feeling about this. You know how when a window goes greyed out? It never shows in OBS, but it's definitely showing here. Come on, game. I'm hoping it's just because I did that survey that it's got problems. I wonder if I did a quick save now it would actually work. That's the questions. Say nice things to it. Okay. Come on, Dwarf Fortress. You can do it. You don't have to crash. You can make it all the way through the session. Go on. Come on. Come on, Dwarf Fortress. I love you. Oh, I've got a bit far there. Could be the artifact. Let's hope it's such a good artifact that it justifies this loading nonsense. Anything else hung on your task manager that you can close? Good question, Druidsmead. Let's have a little look. Let's open up task manager. Not that I can see, obviously. Everything looks fine. If I sort by CPU use, obviously OBS is at the top, using nearly 7% of my CPU. Dwarf Fortress doesn't appear to be in this list at all, which is concerning. Oh, jeez. Oh no, here it is down here. Dwarf Fortress currently using 0% CPU and about just over a meg of memory. Ah, damn. But is anything frozen? That's the key. Is anything frozen? What's using the most memory? OBS, of course, and then Dwarf Fortress. It doesn't look like anything else is there. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Artifact mechanisms never jam. Well, there's no artifact mechanisms in this particular instance of Dwarf Fortress by the look of it, because it's jamming like a jam jar. It's jamming like Jimi Hendrix off his tits on acid with a billion guitars. Come on. Come on, load game. I'm super tired. It's 1:30 in the morning. I should be thinking about ending the stream, but with you sitting here hung like this, there's not much I can do. Have I got any other items open here? What's going on? I suppose I could shut down Discord, but it doesn't seem like it's doing anything that would warrant shutting it down. DF hack console, press enter. Okay. Oh, wow. Amazing. Sanctum Spirit Stone. Are you already VIP? Twitch Prime. Hang on a minute. I'm going to see if I've got any VIPs left. /VIP space Sanctum Spirit Stone. Is that how this works? Whoa! Look at that. It should work. If you type something in chat now, you should also be a VIP. Congratulations, if that's what you wanted. Commiserations if it wasn't. There you go. Lovely. Oh, thank you very much for the sub, chaps. Much appreciated. Oh, very nice. Not just going for the follow, going for the full power play sub. I like it. So, where were we? Let's have a little look down here. Power to max mode, wake up DF. Just making sure I didn't miss anything else in the midst of the jam. No, it's looking good. It's looking good. So, let's have a look at this then. I'm going to go out of DF hack. Unib Shemuka Armourer has created Stockidgenet Zevuddaznast, a dwarf bone ring. He claims it as a family heirloom. Oh, it's ring? Come on. Impaled Crude, the Dreadful Steps. A dwarf bone ring. Worth $2,000? Piss off. This is a dwarf bone ring. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. This object menaces with spikes of dwarf bone. Okay, I am not impressed with that, especially considering the cost of life. But hey, never mind. Fell Mood Boys back in action again. And, oh shit, our lever broke again. Build, not N. Build, trap. Give me a lever. We bung it in there. We're going to try the best mechanisms I can find, mica, hopefully, and then we'll have to link it up to the bridge again. Fingers crossed it gets built. That would be the ideal scenario. Sanctum, like #1 most valuable player, MVP award. A knuckle duster for ants. Intriguing. I'm not sure what prompted that Zoolander homage. A knuckle duster for ants? Imagine that tiny little thing it'd be. Do they even have knuckles? Surely they'd have to use it on their entire leg. It'd be like a knee duster rather than a knuckle duster. It is, I mean, oh I see, the ring, of course, yeah. It is stupid to make a ring out of an entire dwarf. I mean, surely you could make something bigger. Even like a chair or something. One of those gruesome Hannibal Lecter style, you know, chairs with the rib cage for a backrest and stuff. Oh well. Ah dear. Yeah, 2K for a dwarven life. Although apparently I watched an episode of a documentary series we have here on the BBC called Horizon about what is the value of a human body, and they were talking about where it's where there is a market value for different body parts, how much a human body is worth, and they calculated somewhere between £200,000 and £240,000, which is quite a lot, I would say, to be honest. But apparently the most valuable parts are if you cut the head off and prepare the skull for display kind of thing, and like arms and legs apparently quite valuable. Your soft bits, your guts and that, fucking worthless. Chuck them away. Don't keep them. Don't save them for later. They're not going to become family heirlooms. Anyway, where were we? Very unimpressive indeed. He didn't really like that guy who made a cock ring from his spine. Yikes. I think that's going to require some smoothing. I think just by its very nature, a vertebrae is going to play merry hell with your old man. It's going to just rip your John Thomas to shreds. You've got to be careful. You want to soften those burrs or those protrusions. Soften the protrusions. Oh, an armour stand. Oh, yes, Flipvine. That would be very nice. Very premium. Corpse armour stand. Next time we will demand it. Right, that lever's been made. Let's add a task. Link up to a bridge, which is B. And we want that bridge there. And we're going to use this rhyolite mechanism and this mica mechanism. Do the task now because I am sick of my levers exploding. If I wanted to make a lever explode, I would just explode a lever in real life. I'd get one and I'd blow it up. Let's not talk too deeply on the mechanism for that. Just in case you're wondering why I'm moving around in this weird way and look like I'm kind of swooping around, I'm on a yoga ball. It's the only appropriately heighted chair for me to put my PC monitors on the coffee tables in the living room. And I've also got an ironing board that I'm using as a mouse support and a mic stand. Incredible, I know. Just to explain my weird wobbling. Do they pay in advance? Question mark. The Bodyjacker gang's in Judge Dredd. Oh man, I like Judge Dredd. That Dredd movie they made with Carl Urban was really good. With old what's-her-face. The main baddie is Cersei Lannister. The actress. What's her name? Lena Headey? Lena Headey, is it? I think so. Something like that. Ah. Okay, I'm confused now. Druid Mead's talking about people being mugged. I tell you what wasn't great though. Whoa! He fell over. The Stallone Dredd movie. That was sort of like okay for its era, but Jesus Christ, doesn't really hold up too well. Although the ABC Warriors in it look pretty cool. Very nice puppets. I liked them. I liked them a lot. Okay, come on. We seem to have been stuck on massive tangents for a while now, and I'm not really getting much in the way of stuff done. It's probably because I'm feeling a little bit tired. I'm flagging somewhat, but not totally. Not totally. There's still a little bit of life in the old dog yet. What do we need to do before the stream finishes? Come on, people. Suggestions. Something of value to wrap up proceedings for the evening. What do I need to do? We could attempt to finish off the trappy corridor. Let's start doing that for now. There we go. Build trap components, upright spike, bung it in there, lovely, and oh, okay, interesting. Apparently we don't have enough to make anymore. Fine, let's just link up these things to the lever. It's this top lever that does the trap stuff. So if we can actually select it using the mouse, there we go. Add. We want to link up a spike, which is capital S. There we go. And if we do that, it should all work out fine, shouldn't it? Should all work out fine. No, not that. There we go. Add, link up spike, spam enter, add, link up spike, spam enter, add, link up spike, spam enter. Lovely. Add, link up spike. Nothing that can be linked up. Brilliant. Okay. Well, once that's done, this will be a fairly effective trap corridor. It's not going to be taking out major influxes of goblins or indeed supremely powerful forgotten beasts, but I think it's going to have some defensive effect. It's going to be okay. It's going to be just fine. Look if you found iron ore. Yes. Did that metalworker get reburied? Another good question. Does his body still exist? That's an interesting concept, isn't it? He may have been consumed by the process of making it, but we do have a lot of empty things. Oh shit, my charging cable just gave up the ghost again. Maybe if I put a memorial slab down, it will work out better. What have we got here? Oh, fuck you. This better not be a baby. Dodoc, you tit. I'm not interested in babies. Just keep it to yourself. Let the thing drop to the floor, pick it up, and then get on with your work. Because frankly, if I have another notification about a sodding baby, I'm going to start being a bit of a dick about it, okay? Get that? Now I've got to find my way back down there. Shit, there we go, this one will do. And I was heading up to... Oh, crap. The metalworker getting reburied. That was it. Oh, shit, entirely the wrong place. We want to be here. We want to do this. We want to say add, Alt-S. No slab engraved. That's the guy, isn't it? Uvash. Let's memorialise. We'll also check for another one. Anyone else? No? Everyone else, it looks like, is either entombed or memorialised. I think we're good. No ghosts. Not that I'm afraid of any ghosts. Oh, hello. Okay, we've got a couple of people who haven't been memorialised and have no slabs. That's not good. So we've got Uvash, Stray Cavey Pup. What? Ficod? That's not what I wanted. And now Meb's birth. There we go. There's some memorial slabs being made. Get those sorted as quick as we can and placed in the graveyard. In the graveyard. Let's have a look here. I prefer Demolition Man over Judge Dredd as far as dystopian future stories go, specifically because of the introduction of the 3 shells into our vernacular. I agree, definitely. The Demolition Man is not just a superior film to the Stallone Judge Dredd. It's actually a good film, I think. It's one of not one of my top tier favourites, but it's definitely a solid mid-tier movie to watch. Plus, as a kid, I really fancied Sandra Bullock. I mean, there must several occasions I very nearly turned my testicles inside out. So, you know, thank God that was subsided after a while. Where were we? Oh yeah, talking about stuff that was pretty graphic and unacceptable for Twitch. Stop it. We've got traders. We started last stream with traders in, this stream with traders in, so maybe we should end with traders in. Ooh, look at this. Roll along, wagon train. They seem to have brought several wagons. Let's count them on the way in. I didn't quite count them onto the screen. Where are they coming from? Where are your wagons at? Rollin', 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 keep them doggies rollin', get them wagons rollin', rawhide. No time to understand 'em, just rope and tie and brand 'em. 1, 2, 3. Wagon number 4. Wagon number 5. I think that's everything. Good. Oh no, wagon number 6. Here comes a 6th wagon. Looks like we might actually have a fairly substantial amount of trading to do here. 6 wagons. Sounds good, sounds good. Let's call in our broker. In he comes. And then we shall see what delights await us. Now, do we do the trade tonight, or should I just let it sit there for a minute and do the wind up and begin next session with a lovely luxury moment of books and musical instruments and all that kind of carry on? Because I am a bit tired and I don't think I'm going to be able to do any of the musical instruments or books full justice in this current state. When those of you who've watched before will know that I do love to luxuriate a bit in the musical instruments, try and make the sounds they make, that kind of carry on. Specifically dystopian future stories with Sylvester Stallone as the star of the movie. Yeah, that is a kind of a niche genre, but it's not just those 2 films. It's not just Judge Dredd and Demolition Man. He was in a couple of films like that. Was Cobra in that sort of area of the Venn diagram of Hollywood? Or future dystopian? Death Race 2000, he was in that, wasn't he? Rocky, not exactly future dystopian. What else have we got? What time UK do your streams start, Scoundrel? I always miss the starts. The problem with me saying that is every time I have said a specific time I intend to start, I always start late. So, generally speaking, it's somewhere in the region of 10 p.m. Okay, sometimes I'll do an impromptu daytime stream. I can't predict when they'll be. It's just when I've got the time and the inclination together. But generally speaking, Mondays and Thursdays, it's somewhere around 10:30 p.m. UK time. That said as well, last week I started about 9, half 9, so again, it can move. The best bet is to really just keep an eye on the Discord or some of the other social media stuff that I've got, because that's where I put the notifications out. And the Discord is the best place to know if a stream has been cancelled, for sure, because I go in there and mention it when I know I'm going to be changing the date or cancelling it. So, keep your peepers peeled. Who knows what will happen. I'm hoping to get a couple of daytime streams in this week if I can get a chance, but we'll see what happens. I've done one today. I would like to get something in before Thursday, but you never know. I've got 2 kids. It's a bit of a tight squeeze getting things in. Oh, somebody followed there. Knife Button 88. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated for the follow. Very nice. Also, Killerbutt 6789 also followed 12 minutes ago. Apologies for missing that, although I didn't miss Jap's 1285 sub. I did catch that one. Anas3433 followed me 41 minutes ago. Sorry for missing that. And Can of Soda subbed 3 hours ago. My goodness, and he's still here, soldiering through this quagmire of nonsense. Absolutely insane. Where were we? Yes, I was trying to figure out what to finish the stream on. Trying to think of a denouement for this session, if you will. No, you're more than welcome. Lurk away if thou wishest, Can of Soda. No requirements whatsoever. Subs get to do what they want, within reason. Don't shit on the floor. Don't start, masturbating in front of my nan or anything. That would be disappointing. Very disappointed in you if that happened. There's my nan's 90th birthday yesterday, the day before Buzz Aldrin's 90th birthday. Quite the coincidence. Maybe it's a good month for people to make it to 90. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how many other nonagenarians are created this month. So, I'm definitely flagging. I don't know if you can notice, but I'm getting a slight slur in some of my words, doing a few and things. My tongue feels a bit thick, so it's probably best to say pause it and return to it next time. I didn't check properly to see if the corpse was reburied from this fell mood. I haven't actually checked to see if our trader's in the depot yet, but I'm definitely tired. Iron, yes, we'll do the iron. We'll do the iron first. Okay. Where did we get the iron? It was in hematite, wasn't it? And it was going to be somewhere around here, I think. Here we go. Did we uncover any iron? Oh, what are you? Ah, amazing. Perfect. We've got loads of hematite. That's just what we wanted. Let's dig all that out. Oh, yeah.
Sweet emotion,
as they say in that Aerosmith song. Any more up here? Okay, we haven't found an infinite supply of hematite, but at least we've got iron heading down the pipeline, ready to be smelted into pig iron and steel. Fantastic news! You better finish on nonagenarian. It ain't getting better than that tonight. Is that the word of the evening? Nonagenarian. Very good. Anyway, those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for doing so, but now our paths must part. I'm going to have a little private chit-chat with the liveys, a little special extra treat for those who got here to watch it live. Not that you are lesser viewers, it's just that you're not here, are you? So there's not much I can do about that, can I? No. Bye, YouTube. Bye. Have a nice time. Bye.